Hello friends, am I audible now? Alright. Okay, I'm audible now. Great. Yes. Good afternoon friends. This is a session related to NMATs, that is NMAT and SNAP exam. In this, today we'll be dealing for the next 3 hours on the topic of algebra. We'll cover various topics on it, like more or less, mostly you will see quadratic equations, you could see linear equation solving given in a word format, or some logarithms and what else, APGP. So these are basically algebra based questions which you find in the NMAT or SNAP exam. So for the next 3 hours we'll be dealing with them. Hi everyone, by the way. Thanks for confirming that I'm audible. So let's get started with the algebra revision today. So first thing is that when it comes to NMAT, as we know, the exam is starting around, I guess, November 9th. The date is around November 9th. So NMAT adaptive mock test, the Cracku, you can go to Google and do a search engine where on search you could search for Cracku NMAT mock test, which is written over here, by the way, Cracku NMAT mock test. And here you can find one free NMAT mock test which is curated on a free basis. Just register on Cracku website and then you can definitely access it for free. The links are in description. And this NMAT free mock test and the rest of the test, after giving your free mock test, you can assess yourself better, where do you stand it, and what kind of practice or effort you have to put in to ace this exam in this 2026. So the point is that first give a free mock test, assess yourself, then accordingly you can purchase the mock test series, and as well as we have a course on this particular exam, be it NMAT, be it SNAP. We have individual courses, we have their different mock tests and everything. So even in SNAP you will get one free mock test. The thing is, the simple thing which you have to do is just go on to Google and search for Cracku NMAT mock test. From there you can register on the Cracku website. I think few people are already registered. Is it adaptive? Yes, it's an adaptive model where the questions keeps changing as per the let's say the candidate's abilities. If he's doing so good at something, probably the number of questions of that could be low and they wanted to test you more. So it's an adaptive NMAT mock test. And this is regarding NMAT mock test. We'll see further. NMAT crash course. Is it coming all together? Sorry guys, just give me 2 minutes. There is some technical issue. The slides have been changed again. I have to get this straight. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. కూడా ఏదో పోస్ట్ అయింది, అదే అయిపోయింది. నేనేం చేయలేదు, నేను జస్ట్ స్లైడ్ మార్చాను అంతే. అసలు కాన్సెప్ట్ స్లైడ్స్ కూడా పోయాయి. మార్చినప్పుడు పోయిందప్ప. ఒకసారి లైవ్ స్ట్రీమ్ ఆపు మనం సెట్ చేద్దాం. స్లైడ్స్ లేవు చెప్పాలి. నా తప్పు కాదు, 100% కాదు. నేను అక్కడ కూడా చూపించే కదా నీకు ప్రివ్యూ 37 స్లైడ్స్. Sorry for the issue, guys. For first 15 minutes, we tend to waste some time today because of technical issue. The slides were missing. We uploaded it well, but some stream key or some issue has occurred and the slides are not coming. I don't know why. So we have planned it in a way where we will be dealing with concepts like let's say linear equations, quadratic equations, APGP progressions, and then we also deal with logarithms part. So on every topic we will be going through some concepts firstly, and then we will take on each individual topic 4 to 5 questions as well today. So that is the pedagogy for today's session, let's say. But yes, for this particular question, I guess it's got posted. So yes, the answer is 6.4. Good to know that people were able to solve this. But still, we need to wait for another, let's say, 5 minutes or so. चलो ठीक है, डन. Yes. Good afternoon, students. Now we are starting the session. There was some issue till now, so the slides are back. So today the topic on algebra, there is this. We are dealing with linear equations, quadratic equations, progressions, and logarithms. On each individual topic, we will be going through concepts and then follow-up questions, let's say 4 or 5 questions on each topic. So let's get started. Types of linear equations. One is the thing which is very basic linear equation in one variable. This is nothing but ax plus b. Here there is only one variable which is x. X is a variable, a and b are known as constants. Is the class available in Cracku site? No, it is not available today on the Cracku site. It is only on YouTube session. So ax plus b is a linear equation in one variable where x is known as a variable and a and b are constants. Now there is a linear equation in two variables as well, where you could say ax plus by plus c equal to 0, ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and there can be even three variables equation. Until the degree is 1, ax power 1 by power 1, it has to be a linear. So there could be three variables as well, something like, let's say ax plus by plus cz plus, let's say, some c dash equal to 0. This is a three variable where x, y, z are variables. In the one variable only x, in two variable there are two variables x and y. So this is a basic introduction to the linear equation. You can see this linear equation in two variables, ax plus by equal to c. For example, just a numerical example to explain well, that is 2x plus 3y equal to 12 is taken on this slide. So this is a linear equation in two variables where x and y are variables. Such an equation have infinite solutions x and y which satisfy the particular equation. So if I say 2x plus 3y equal to 12, how many pairs you can find x comma y such that it holds this equation is infinite? Because you could put this on a graphical format. 2x plus 3y equal to 12, which is nothing but 12 minus 2x by 3 is y, which is nothing but 4 minus 2x by 3. 4 minus 2x by 3. If this is minus 2x by 3, so y is equal to 4 minus 2x by 3 such that y will be 0 at x equal to 6 and at x equal to 0 y will be 4. So this is the line 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. So 2x plus 3y equal to 12 or y equal to 4 minus 2x by 3. These are the points which satisfy this particular equation. So there are infinite points. So it is given that a linear equation in two variable, like example 2x plus 3y equal to 12, has infinite solution where x and y values that satisfy the equation. These all are real values of x and y. Real values of x and y such that they are having infinite. So let us see further. So system of linear equations. Linear equations a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0 have infinite solutions if a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2, and no solution if why is it infinite. Firstly, let's go case by case. Let's say one equation is 2x plus 3y plus 8 equal to 0. The other equation I give you is 4x plus 6y plus 16 equal to 0. If I say these two linear equations are a system, have infinite solutions, this particular set have infinite. Why is it having infinite solutions? Because if you see here, if I just multiply this entire equation 1 with 2, I will be getting this second equation, which is 4x plus 6y plus 16. So though I am saying that a system of two equations, basically in this particular example it is indicating only one line. These both are not distinct lines, these both are one and the same line, 2x plus 3y plus 8 or 4x plus 6y plus 16, both are exactly the same lines. So it is nothing but I am giving you just one line. So one line which is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This will be having infinite solutions as we just discussed before. So if a1 by a2, b1 by b2 and c1 by c2, these all three are being equal, that is just the coefficients, or let's say just the coefficients of variables x and y and even the constant. All these three are just a equal multiple of other. I mean to say 2 into a, 2 into b, 2 into c is being equal to a2, b2, c2. 2a1 equal to a2, 2b1 equal to b2, 2c1 equal to c2. If that is the case, in this particular case, so it will have infinite. Now, when I say, okay, this is an infinite solution, why I am saying no solution to this linear system equation exists if a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 but not equal to c1 by c2. That is, now let us take the same one more example, which I say 2x plus 3y is equal to 8, and other equation I will say 4x plus 6y is equal to 15. If these are the two equations, you could see that a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, which is equal to 1 by 2, 2 by 4 or 3 by 6. But if you see c1 by c2, it is 8 by 15. So here a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, but this value is not being equal to c1 by c2. Then I say this particular system of linear equation has zero solutions. Why? Why is it zero? Because if you could see these two different lines, how can we rewrite this second equation? This can be written as, the second equation can be written as the second equation can be written as, one sec. Yes. So 4x plus 6y is 15, right? This is nothing but 2x plus 3y is equal to 7.5. Whereas the first equation 2x plus 3y equal to 8 is anyways given. So I am saying that there has to be x comma y which satisfy both of them. Is it possible simultaneously? It's not possible, because if I take x comma y value such that 2x plus 3y equal to 8, how can that again be equal to 7.5? The same 2x plus 3y, it can't be. So these both are known as parallel lines. These both are parallel lines because these both slopes are same. The slope is nothing but y equal to mx plus c. The slope in this case is minus 2 by 3. Minus 2 by 3. So for both the equations which I gave, the slope is same. So these both are basically a parallel lines. The system of equation given is a parallel lines. So if one is 2x plus 3y equal to 7.5, the other is 2x plus 3y equal to 8. So can there be an intersection between parallel lines? It is not possible. For the solution to exist, you should have some intersection, right? So in the case of parallel lines, there will be no intersection. So it is a no solution if this condition occurs. Parallel lines. It is an infinite solution if all three are in same ratio, that is that is nothing but they are representing only one line effectively. So one line you can have infinite solutions. If you see now third case which says if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, then there will be a unique solution. a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, then we'll have a unique. That is true because now I give 2x plus 3y is equal to 8 and I say 4x plus 5y. 4x plus 5y is equal to, let's say, 12. So in this case what's happening, a1 by a2 is 1 by 2, b1 by b2 is 3 by 5. So these both are not equal. So you could solve for a system of equations where a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2 because these both lines are not parallel. They will intersect at one point. These both lines 2x plus 3y, 4x plus 5y will intersect at one point. So there exists a solution, intersecting case. We'll call this as intersecting. So if you could see here how to solve this, this is just a two equation, two variable. Two equation, two variables are x and y, equations are given. So how to solve two equations, two variables? It is just that you should be doing, multiply the first equation with 2, you will get 4x plus 6y is equal to 16, whereas the second equation given is 4x plus 5y is equal to 12. You will just subtract this, then you will be getting y is equal to 4, 16 minus 12. When y is 4, you will just substitute in any one of the equations above and you will be getting x. In this particular case, x will be minus 2 because 4 3s are 12, 8 minus 12, 4, minus 4, 2x is minus 4, so x is minus 2. So basically the lines which are not parallel will definitely intersect. So in the third case, it is said that there exists a solution x comma y if this is not equal, a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. This is known as system of linear equations. Hope I am clear on this particular concept. If there are any doubts, please let me know so that I will reiterate the points. Please let me know, guys. Is this clear? Are you people able to follow me up, or are you being like, is it fine? Are you facing any difficulty to understand what I am explaining, or is it easy to grasp? Yes, sir. Okay, I got one response. Good. Okay, fine. So I'll move forward then, assuming you people are understanding. If there is an issue, please feel free to definitely ask me to re-explain or anything. Okay, great. So after this special system of linear equations, one more thing which I thought of covering up is that special types of linear equations, n variables and n-1 equations. That is, we can find some more specific variables. This is the example where sometimes you find it questions where you could only get two equations, but there will be three variables. Let's say here n is three variables, but only two equations, n-1, 2. Then how to do? Some combinations are such that the coefficients of x, y, z will be in AP. so that you could form some common things. I'll tell you, like let's say one thing is 2x plus 3y plus 4z is equal to, let's say, 50 rupees. Let's say 50 equal to 50, let's say. And other equation, let it be 4x plus okay, instead of 4x, let me take some other number like 3x plus 4y plus 5z. 3x plus 4y plus 5z. What is this value? Let's say this value being equal to 100. Let's assume this value being equal to, okay, let's say this is 80, for example. So what can we do when we have only two equations, but there are three variables? The three variables are x, y and z. Three variables are x, y and z, but we have only two equations. So how to deal with this is that 2x plus 3y plus 4z is 50, 3x plus 4y plus 5z is 80. So how can we write this? 2x plus 3y plus 4z can be written as 2 into x plus y plus z plus y plus 2z. This is equal to 50. 2 into x plus y plus z plus y plus 2z, because x plus y plus z is, x is the least, so I took 2 as common, x plus y plus z, 2y is done, so 1 more y I require, 2z is done, 2 more z I require. Similarly, this can be written as 3 into x plus y plus z plus y plus 2z, which is equal to again 80. Y plus 2z equal to 80. So though you may not be able to find individual values of x, y, z just by using two equations, because when you have three variables, at least you need three linear equations to figure them out unique values, to figure the unique values of x, y, z. But we are unable to figure out unique values of x, y, z, but we can definitely figure out the unique value of x plus y plus z and y plus 2z. That is, we can find x plus y plus z value or y plus 2z value, because what is this? Nothing but let this particular value be a, let this particular value be b. So these equations can be rewritten as 2a plus b is equal to 50 and 3a plus b is equal to 80. 3a plus b is equal to 80. So solving for it, I will be getting a is nothing but equal to 30 and b is equal to minus 10. B is equal to minus 10. So this particular value is 30 and this particular value is minus 10. So even though we are unable to find individual values of x, y, z, we are still able to find x plus y plus z as 30 and y plus 2z as minus 10. This much can be told uniquely. That is, there is no other value x plus y plus z can be taken other than 30. There is no other value which y plus 2z can be taken other than minus 10. Now, what is the individual value of x, y, z? That cannot be determined uniquely, because we have only two equations but three variables. Is this clear, guys? I hope this should be clear. Can someone please respond to me? Won't it be easy to just subtract the given equations? If you subtract the given equations, yes, you will be getting x plus y plus z as 30. After getting x plus y plus z as 30, you can write any one equation in this format: 2 into x plus y plus z plus y plus 2z, or 3 into any one equation. You can substitute x plus y plus z is 30. You will get y plus 2z as minus 10. That should be fine with. Great, clear. Good to know. Now let us see some questions on linear equations. So yes, as I was discussing at the start of the session, where there was some technical glitch going on back then. So yes, Cracku is having this NMAT mock test, where you can go on to Chrome or Google search engine and search for Cracku NMAT mock test. We have an adaptive mock test for NMAT, in which one will be a free mock test, the rest of the things would be purchase basis. So this free mock test is the case which you should definitely use. If you ask me personally, I would say you should definitely use it, because the exam is approaching nearby. Let's say on November 9th, I guess the first lot or first session is being conducted by NMAT. So I think this is the right time, at least to the people who haven't started or the people who haven't taken the free mock test which is available. They should definitely take it immediately by registering and then assessing themselves, and accordingly they can purchase the mock test and crash course. NMAT crash course is also very properly curated course where they cover all the concept videos, concept tests, and then mock tests and everything. It's like one go you will get everything which you require to ace the exam this year. So that is also there. The same thing is applicable even to SNAP. SNAP also we have one free mock test, and we have SNAP crash course, in which you have to just go on to Google and search Cracku NMAT mock test, Cracku SNAP mock test, or let's say Cracku NMAT crash course, Cracku SNAP crash course. So when you search for this, you will find them. You can definitely make use of it. I'm pretty sure the time, like December, let's say in November, so you have good amount of time to ace the exam totally I would say. So this is one thing. Now let's solve for the questions. Please solve this question. This is given to be 90 seconds, 1.5 minutes. I guess few people have solved it. Few people have solved this because it was posted during the start of the session due to a glitch. Sir, can we attempt NMAT 2024-23 PYQs like this with timer? PYQs paper, I have to recheck it, but definitely I would suggest you to do that as well, because doing previous year questions is like a mandatory thing, I would say, because then only you will get to understand the nuances of the paper well, how they are framing the questions, what kind of strategy you should have to maximize your potential score and everything. That will be known precisely when you do PYQs. For practice, mocks are like non-negotiable, but doing PYQs is also definitely required to understand the kind of questions which they generally frame in this particular exam. So yes, doing it on time basis is a good thing, provided you know the concepts. If you do not know the concept and in start itself, if you start with the timer, then you might get demotivated because you do not know what to do, how to apply the concepts. So if that is the case, you should be first taking our course and then learn, then you have to apply. If not, if you're already good at it, then definitely go and give ahead with the PYQs. Have a timer, that should be a good strategy. NMAT 2024 6.4. Yes, the answer is 6.4. I will be just taking it up now. Answer is 6.4. So here it is given that find the value of k if 5x plus 4y equal to 13 and 8x plus ky equal to 14 have no solution. So find the value of k if 5x plus 4y equal to 13 and 8x plus ky equal to 14 have no solution. What is the condition we have discussed for no solution? For no solution, it is to be a parallel line. The set of given equations has to be parallel lines. So in order to this two equations to be a parallel line, 5x plus 4y equal to 13 and 8x plus ky is equal to 14, the only thing which we require is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, and which should not be equal to c1 by c2. Because if that is equal to c1 to c2, then it will be an infinite solution, but we need no solution. So a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2. First let us do 5 by 8 is equal to 4 by k. So k should be nothing but 8 into 4, 32 by 5. This should be 5 6 are 30 and 25 4, 6.4. So k would be 6.4, and we already know c1 by c2 is 13 by 14, which is definitely not equal to 5 by 8 or 4 by 6.4. It is not equal, so that should be fine in this case. K should be equal to 6.4. That is nothing but what is a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2? Just we are equating slope. Slope of line 1 is equal to slope of line 2. That is what we did. So k equal to 6.4. Option B will be my answer to this particular question. Sir, I attempted 5 NMAT mock. My mark varies from 170 to 210. Just give me a moment, I'll take that. So 170 to 210, you see, there is always a scope for improvement, I say. You have to aim for something like, let's say 250, that will be a best score, which is totally possible if you put in effort for this next few days, I would say indeed. Because usually NMAT makes some very easy questions where you have to not even lose a single mark. You have to have good accuracy, which can happen if you do a lots of practice. So how to do this lots of practice? For this purpose, we also have something known as daily targets, omit daily targets for NMAT and SNAP. which is available on Cracku. The same thing you can search on Google. You could get that Cracku, this daily targets for OMIT. That is really very helpful, because having consistent practice is what makes you score high. It is not that you practice for 10 days, then you leave out for another 15 days, again you come back to the exam format. That will not give you a very high result. If you want very high result, the only thing is to have that consistent practice till the exam time. Totally till the exam time, then definitely that variations will decrease, the range would decrease, and even the mark would increase. That is, from 170 to 210, there's a very good chance that you can end up getting 210 to 240 between. So that is possible with a consistent practice, I would say, indeed. Because I won't be saying any tips which will entirely make you all of a sudden to not score anytime 190, to make you score always 210. That is not going to happen on a single night. Or it is not even that something that you're making more number of silly mistakes. Silly mistakes is not something very easy. It is very dangerous, I would say, indeed, in any exam. So controlling silly mistakes has to be in our hands. That is possible when your mindset is so strong. I mean to say, when you're so serious about the mock or the test which you give, usually we tend to make lower number of mistakes, or the silly mistakes or calculation mistakes, when you're so serious about the mock which you are giving. So that is one thing I would say regarding the marks. So this question is solved. Let us solve one more question. Solve this, guys. 2 minutes are given. We have 10 more seconds left for this particular question. All right. So let me solve this question for you guys. So for equation, it is given that for equation 2a plus 5b equal to 108, find the number of pairs of positive integers a comma b. Number of pairs of positive integers a comma b, that is a greater than 0 and b greater than 0, such that it satisfies this equation 2a plus 5b is equal to 108. So now how to solve this question is that 2a, this is what? This is an even number. This is an even number, because 2a multiple of 2 is always an even number. And I also know that 108 is also an even number on the right hand side. So even plus 5b is equal to even. It is that even plus 5b number is equal to another even number. So if even is there over here, then even plus even can only give me even. I can't do even plus odd. If I do even plus odd, that will give me an odd number. So this 5b should be an even number. 5b also should be an even number. When is 5 times multiple of b, that is 5b will be an even number. It is only possible if firstly b is an even number. 5b to be an even number, it implies b must be even number, because 5 into 1 is 5, 5 into 3 is 15, 5 into 5 is 25. These all are odd numbers. When will we get an even number? When 5 into 2 10 or 5 into 4 20, only if b is even. So the point is that we should have even number 5b. So b has to be even. Now, having deduced that b must be an even number, 2a plus 5b is equal to 108. What value can b start taking from? If I talk about b, and we already know that we are dealing with a and b being a positive integers, we are asked to find a positive integers. So the minimum value which b can take is b equal to 2. The minimum value which b can take is b is equal to 2. So if b equal to 2, then again it can take 4, then again 6, then 8, then 10, and so on. When it keeps going, where can it go? Till 20, because 10, 12, let's say 14, and where is the eraser? 14, and so on. That is, we will be getting numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is for b. I'm talking about b. 14, 16, 18, 20. Why is it only till 20? Because the entire sum is itself 108. Entire sum is itself 108. If b crosses 20, let's say the next value 22, then 5 into 22 would be 110. But the total sum is itself 108. If I take till 110, then a will go to negative. Then a will be negative, but that should not happen because we are only discussing about positive integers, both a and b. So b maximum value which it can go is 20. That is 5 into 20, 100. In that case, 2a will be equal to 8 because 108 minus 100. If 2a equal to 8, a will be 4. So basically, when I talk about a comma b, these many possibilities are there. When b is equal to 2, I'll be getting 2a equal to 98. If b equal to 4, I'll be getting 2a is equal to 108 minus 20, which is 88. And then again 30, it will be 78, and so on till 8. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll have 10 solutions. We'll have 10 solutions, which is option C. The answer will be option C, 10 solutions. Only positive, no 0. If you take 0, then you will get an extra count, which should not be happening in this case. Am I clear? Some people have said that the answer is D. No, the answer is C. Vibhuti Kanwar marked the answer as C. That is right. Answer is C, 10. Hope I am clear to those people who attempted it to be D. Yes, sir, took 0 case. Yeah, if you take 0 case, if you take B as 0, then one more case will be added, but that should not happen. That should not happen. Even in that case, I guess you have to get 11, but still, I understand taking 0 will increase your cases, which should definitely be ignored, because be careful. It is said that we are discussing only about positive integers. That's it. Let me pose one more question now. Try to solve this now. If you take 0, you will get 11, but the question told about, or it is asked to find only the positive integers, so 0 should not be taken. The answer would be exactly 10. We have 5 more seconds before I start solving. Okay, let me solve this for you guys. One, it is given that Ram buys 2 pants, 2 shirts and 1 towel for rupees 300. That is 2p, that is, let's say P, S and T are the prices of 1 pant and shirt and 1 towel. So I'm assuming P, S, T be the prices of each quantity. So 2 into P plus 2 into S plus 1 into T is given to be 300 rupees. He realizes that he could have brought thrice the number of towels and he paid extra 60 rupees. So instead of 300, if he would have paid 360 rupees, that is 60 extra, then he would have got thrice the number of towels. That is, with this extra 60, that is with this extra 60 rupees, he would have got total of 3 towels, that is thrice the initially he got only 1 towel, now he would have got 3 towels. But this 3 towels, is this 60 rupees is only for 3 towels? No, this is 3 towels minus 1 towel, because already in 300 rupees 1 towel is what he is purchasing. So with additional 60 rupees he will be able to purchase another 2 more towels, such that the total will become 3. So 2 towels price is said to be equal to 60 rupees. So each towel price is nothing but 30 rupees. Each towel price is nothing but 30 rupees is what being told as per the statement given. So we can write this equation as what? We can write this equation as 2p plus 2s, that is 2 into p plus s is equal to 300 minus 30, which is 270. And it is also said, if he could have bought 4 pants, 2 towels and 2 shirts for rupees 500, then find the price of shirt. That is 4p plus 2s plus 2t is given to be 500. 4p plus 2s plus 2t is 500. 2s plus 2t given to be 500. So we already know t is 30. So we get 4p plus 2s is 500 minus 60, which is nothing but 440. Which is nothing but 440. So 4p plus 2s is 440, whereas 2p plus 2s is 270. If I multiply this equation with 2, I'll get 4p plus 4s is equal to 270 into 2, which is nothing but 540. And the other equation is 4p plus 2s is equal to 440. By subtracting this both, I get 2s is equal to 100. 2s is equal to 100. Just it is 2 equations, 2 variables, where we have to interpret this particular statement well. That is, this extra 60 rupees is being paid to purchase additional 2 towels, because already 1 towel is purchased. If we can purchase another 2 towels, the total will become 3, that is thrice the initial number of towels. So the answer we get is 2s is equal to 100. So s is nothing but 50. Option A. Am I clear? Okay, many people answered as option A. Yes, that is the right answer. 50. Good that people were being able to solve. Great. I hope I'm clear. Yes. Okay. So let me pose one more question. Solve this, guys. You have 40 more seconds for this question. Okay, the time is up for this question. Let me solve this. Now here it is given that 2 pens, 3 erasers and 5 pencils cost 32 rupees. So let me say P dash is for pens, capital E is for erasers, and for pencils let me say it is P. So if this is the cost price of each pen, eraser and pencil respectively, P dash, E and P, then it is given that 2P dash plus 3E plus 5P value is said to be 32 rupees. Whereas the next equation said 5 pens, that is 5P dash plus 7 erasers plus 4 pencils cost 46 rupees. Cost 46 rupees. How much do 14 pens P dash plus 19 erasers and a pencil, that is P? This value is what being asked. So in order to find this value, what we can do is that we need 14 P dash plus 19 E plus P, right? So see, by manipulating these two given equations, we should be arriving at 14 P dash plus 19 E plus P. So let me say I am multiplying this with some A, constant A. Let me say I am multiplying this with some constant B and adding these both. I mean to say I will write it as 2A P dash plus 3A E plus 5A P is equal to 32A. Similarly, 5B P dash plus 7B E plus 4B P. This value is equal to 46 times of B. Just multiplying first with A and second with B. And if I add these both, I'll be getting 2A plus 5B P dash plus 3A plus 7B E plus 5A plus 4B into P. This should be equal to 32A plus 46B. Now what we are interested in, finding 14, that is 14 P dash plus 19 E plus P. 14 P dash 19 E plus P. This is the value which I require. So if I require this value, how do I solve this? That means after multiplying with A and B and adding 2, I should get 2A plus YB as 14 and 3A plus 7B as 19, 5A plus 4B as 1. So is that possible to find? Let me check. 2A plus 5B is 14 and 3A plus 7B is equal to 19. 3A plus 7B is equal to 19. So let me solve this equation to get the values. If I have to solve this, I'll multiply first with 3. I'll multiply this with 3 and this with 2, so that I can subtract one variable. In that case, I'll be getting 6A plus 15B is equal to 14 3's, which is nothing but 42, and this will be 6A plus 14B, which is 19 2's, which is nothing but 38. So if I subtract this both, 6A goes away and 15B minus 14B, which is B, 42 minus 38 is 4. So B is equal to 4. If B is 4, you can substitute in one of them and you will be getting A is nothing but 7 4s are 28, 19 minus 28 is 9. So 3A is minus 9, or A is equal to minus 3, because B I got as 4. B is 4 and A is equal to minus 3. So 2A plus 5B, which is nothing but 14, which is minus 6 plus 20, and 3A plus 7B, which is minus 9 plus 28, 19. Now 5A plus 4B, 5A is minus 15, plus 4B is 4 into 4, 16, minus 15 plus 16 is 1P. So exactly A equal to minus 3 and B equal to 4, I will be getting 14P dash plus 19E plus P. But that is equal to what? 32A plus 46B. That is equal to 32A plus 46B. 32A plus 46B. 32A plus 46B. So what is the A and B value? Minus 3 and 4. So 32 into minus 3 plus 46 into 4. This is nothing but minus 96 plus 4 4s are 16 and 18. 184 minus 96. So this has to be nothing but 88. So it has to be 88. 32A plus 46B. That is option B will be my answer. Hope I am clear. Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? Hope I'm clear. Why it is 88, or did you people understand? Okay, yes, B 88. Any doubts from any side? Sir, using tricks. Which trick did you use? Yes, clear. Yes. Which trick did you use, by the way? Then you'll be getting P dash plus 3E. Here you will be getting E plus 3P. Okay. No, sir. Understood. Okay, great. Fine. So this is what the linear equations part is. So using nothing but less time taken. No, this is the thing which takes for this question. See, I explained it more time for you to able to understand A, B. I wrote every single equation, but if you know how to solve this in this way, you will directly say, which is what? 2A plus 5B equal to this, 3A plus 7B. Only 2 lines. You will write just 2 lines. Directly you will reach this point. 2A plus 5B is 14, 3A plus 7B is 19. Solving this takes hardly, let's say, 60 seconds. Then you will be getting B is 4, A is minus 3. So after spending 1 minute, you will get A and B value. Now after getting A and B, you will understand that this is 32A, this is 46B. Another 30 seconds, let's say 1.5 minutes should be sufficient if you know the process. So yes, the SNAP mock test which I already discussed about the NMAT, the same thing is happening with regards to SNAP mock test as well. We have SNAP free mock test. The people who are targeting SNAP, I'm pretty sure there should not be a person who is thinking that he will only appear for SNAP but not the NMAT, or only NMAT. Don't do that. It's better you appear in both the exams, NMAT and SNAP. And when it comes to SNAP mock test, there is one free mock test on Cracku. You should just search for Cracku SNAP mock test, and you will get to the website or the page where you have to land on to. Register yourself and give the free mock. Assess yourself better. Then you'll understand your weak areas, basically which concepts you are lacking in, or what application you are weak at, which concepts you have to focus more on, so that in this next few days, in the time you have, let's say you have pretty good time for the exam, so that should be sufficient to ace the exam. We'll have this SNAP crash course as well, because that can help you cover the loopholes which you are facing. Like there could be some topics in quants or data interpretation, some topics where you are not good at or probably very good at. So if you are not good at some, you should definitely cover those before the exam. If you do not, then that will be a flaw. That will be a huge flaw in your strategy of appearing the exam, where you will not reach your maximum score potentials. So do search for this Cracku SNAP mock test. You will get the web page. I think it has to be on this session description on YouTube, but if you are unable to find it, just go to search engine and just type this. You will definitely be able to navigate to that. So the linear equations part is done. Now let us deal into quadratic equations, where more number of questions also appear usually. So when it comes to quadratic equation, what is the standard form of a quadratic equation is that a quadratic equation is a second degree polynomial equation in one variable. That is, x is a variable over here. The thing is, it can be written, the standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. A quadratic equation is a second degree because highest power is 2. Polynomial equation in one variable, because there is only one variable which is x, where the highest power is of the variable is 2. The standard a cannot be equal to 0. If a is equal to 0, that is nothing but bx plus c. The equation will be, instead of ax square plus bx plus c, if a equal to 0, the equation will become bx plus c. In that case, the higher degree will be 1, but the higher degree should be 2 for quadratic. So a should not be equal to 0. A cannot be equal to 0 is the condition. Let's see some examples which are given. 2x square plus 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. X square minus 7 equal to 0. See, a can't be equal to 0, but b can be 0. B can be 0, because having b equal to 0 will not change your highest degree, neither it will increase your variables. Number of variables will still be only one, which is x. The highest degree of this variable will be 2. You need not be, you need not think that x should, b should also be not equal to 0. That is not the case. B can be equal to 0. Still it can be termed as a quadratic equation, but a should not be equal to 0. A is also known as leading coefficient. In a polynomial, highest power degrees coefficient is also known as leading coefficient. This leading coefficient can never be equal to 0 for this quadratic. So in the case of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, there is something known as discriminant, which is represented as d, or even you could represent it as delta, which is equal to nothing but b square minus 4ac. Ax square plus bx plus c, where discriminant is b square minus 4ac. One condition is that if this is strictly greater than 0, that is, it is not equal to 0, but it is strictly greater than 0, it is positive, then there exists a two distinct real roots, alpha and beta. Alpha and beta real roots, where alpha is not equal to beta. They are distinct, both are distinct roots. But if d is equal to 0, that is, if b square is equal to 4ac or b square minus 4ac equal to 0, then we have two real roots. We say we have two real roots alpha and beta, but these both are repeated, that is alpha equal to beta. That is, if the root is 4, then the only root for that equation is 4, but that is to be told as the quadratic equation has two real roots, but both are same roots. That is, there is no distinctness, that is, both are same 4 and 4. There is no other value. Whereas if d is strictly less than 0, that is b square is less than 4ac, then no real roots. Then there are no real roots. There will be imaginary roots, which is also known as complex roots, in which you will get root of minus. Root over minus is known as a complex. Iota, I is root over minus 1. But I don't think you should be expecting any questions on complex roots in the exam. That is not the part of the syllabus. So you should not worry about it, but you should definitely know if that particular equation has any real roots or not. If they have, are they distinct or are they equal? So three cases. Am I clear? Am I clear, guys? Please do respond, someone. Is this clear? Yes. Okay. So let us keep moving forward now. So these are the graphical representation of quadratic equation, where it is given that if you see the first one, discriminant is greater than 0. If discriminant is greater than 0, we have two real roots which are distinct also. So x1 and x2 are alpha and beta also, you can say. These both are the roots. See, one thing in a quadratic equation, what you have to remember is, when I talk about ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, if a is 0, it is an upward facing parabola. The graph look like an upward facing parabola. But if a is less than 0, then it is a downward facing. That is, if a is greater than 0, it looks in this way. If a is less than 0, the graph should be downward. So this is a greater than 0 and this is a less than 0. That is what it is divided into two different rows. One is row 1 and let's say this is row 2. In row 1, all are a greater than 0 we are dealing with. In row 2, we are dealing with all the three graphs. Figure 4 and 5, 4, 5, 6 are a less than 0. 1, 2, 3 are a greater than 0. Upward facing and downward facing. So when a greater than 0, one condition is discriminant is strictly greater than 0, then there are two real roots and distinct. But if d is equal to 0, we have seen there are two real roots but both are same. Two real roots but alpha is equal to beta. So that is the reason, instead of cutting, the x-axis will be like a tangent to the parabola. There is only one root alpha. There are only two roots alpha and beta, but these both are equal roots. Alpha is equal to beta. It will be touching the x-axis. It is not cutting the x-axis. Whereas the third case is discriminant is less than 0, no real roots at all. There will be no real roots at all. When there are no real roots, graph should not neither touch nor cut the x-axis. It should like totally above x-axis if a is greater than 0. Because there are no real roots. That is, y is y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, y is never being equal to 0. There are no real root x such that y can be equal to 0. It is not happening. So it should be above the x-axis. The similar thing occurs in the case of a being less than 0, where it will be a downward facing parabola. Now, if d is greater than 0, that is discriminant is strictly greater than 0, you will have two real roots which are distinct, that is alpha is not equal to beta. So x1 and x2 are two distinct real roots cutting the x-axis with a downward parabola, because a is less than 0, so downward parabola. If d is equal to 0, only one, there are two real roots, but those both are equal to a single value. So it should just touch the x-axis, If d is less than 0, there is no real root again. If there is no real root, there is no cutting of x-axis. It will still be a downward facing parabola because a is less than 0, and it should lie totally below x-axis. Is this clear? The graphical representation? Is this clear, guys? The graphical representation part? Okay. All right. Let me move on to the next slide. So sum of the roots and product of the roots. So when I talk about a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then the sum of the roots, let's say alpha and beta are the roots, then sum of the roots alpha plus beta will be minus b by 2a, whereas alpha into beta, that is product of the roots, will be c by a. That is alpha plus beta, that is sum of the roots, is minus of coefficient of x divided by 2 times of coefficient of x square, whereas alpha into beta, so this is minus b by a, not by 2a. Did I write 2a? Sorry, this is minus b by a. Yeah, minus b by a, and c by a is the product of the roots, that is minus of coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, whereas the product of the roots is constant term c divided by coefficient of x square. What is a? Coefficient of x square. B is coefficient of x. C is known as constant. Sir, also will we have more SNAP and NMAT related classes, as NMAT exam is 2 weeks away? Every weekend we will be having one 3-hour session, Matthew. It is for the information for every one of you. Please do understand that we are conducting NMAT and SNAP session on every weekend for 3 hours, which covers logical reasoning part, quantitative part, and even the verbal part. So if you need set, and one thing is, if someone is having some loopholes in the concept, definitely you should not just rely on the weekend classes. That won't be sufficient enough for you to ace. It is a revision classes. So if someone is really learning or things, then you should definitely subscribe to NMAT and or SNAP crash course, I would say indeed. And guys, please do like the stream and do share with your friends, whoever are are preparing for this exam, NMAT or SNAP, because when you share with them, even they will tend to learn, and it's like a together. When you do a collective learning, you tend to grow. It's not about the competition, you say, it's about the collectiveness which makes you grow in the competitive exam, because it is not just you or your 2-3 people friends giving the exam. It is many people in the country will appear for the exam. So it is just that you should be growing. Everyone has to grow in number of marks, or let's say their ability to solve and everything. So keep sharing it, and I would be happy to see more number of likes for this video, because we all know how does this algorithm work. Unless we do the stream well or like it, then only we would be able to reach out to more number of aspirants like you, who are serious aspirants and wanted to ace this exam and move forward in their career so that they can reach some good heights as per their corporate whatever they are aiming to build or to get into, whatever their dream is basically. So please, I require so many likes for this particular session, guys. This is my let's say, what do you say this? I'm being very open about it. I need most number of likes. Sir, I am in the Cracku course and I need help in input, output and coding related LR questions. Where can I find this? If you are in the Cracku course, then definitely you will have the concept videos. Or if it is about some questions you are having doubts, then there is an option of doubt feature in Cracku where you can post the doubt and you will be replied back with the solution. And if there is something else you are talking about, then definitely please mail the support team, because they will be definitely getting back reply, like they'll reply you back what you're exactly facing the issue. Is it like you're not being able to access or what? I'm not exactly aware of what you're referring to. So can we still crack NMAT SNAP if we start from scratch from now? You can do that, Devansh. Honestly, you have good amount of time. You could definitely aim something greater than 200 score for sure, or 250 also, depending on your effort you put in and seriousness you show in for your exam. Having said that, if you are starting from scratch, as I told, you have to definitely get enrolled on crash course, which have this mock test, which have the concept videos, concept test, daily targets. It's like a all-in-one package where the practice, concept covering, mocks, everything goes hand in hand, which is really helpful to be a overall like the day when you appear for the real exam, you should be like, yes, I'm totally ready for the exam. No one can stop you from acing this, unless myself, I commit a very huge silly mistakes or something which is totally an exam perspective point, but rest of the things are definitely in your hand, which you can definitely pull the score with. All right, so let us get back to this quadratic equations. This is the sum of the roots is minus b by a and product of the roots is c by a for the equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And one more thing, you should also know how to find these roots alpha and beta. Alpha and beta can be figured out when you have this equation in the form ax square plus bx plus c. The roots will be minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So when you do alpha plus beta, you get minus b plus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a plus minus b minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So when you add those both, you get minus 2b in the numerator divided by 2a in the denominator. That is nothing but minus b by a. Even you could do product of this, you will be end up getting the same. When you do the product, you will be getting c by a as your answer. So basically, do make note of this if someone is not aware of this, because it comes handy in solving the questions. Hope I am clear. I'll be moving forward now. Minima and maxima. So when I talk about ax square plus bx plus c, there are two cases. Case 1, a being positive, that is leading coefficient being positive, then I'll be getting an upward facing parabola. In an upward facing parabola, I can only find minima. Only find minima. I cannot find maxima because maxima will tend to infinity. See the graph is tending to infinity. So only minima exists, let's say. And if a is less than 0, the graph will be on a downward facing parabola, so that I can find maximum y value. Maximum y value. Here it is the minimum y value, but in this case it is a maximum y value, maxima. Because if the graph can even tend to minus infinity. If you see here, this is the y-axis, the graph keeps moving, right? So the graph is moving. So that means it is possible that you can tend to minus infinity. So only finds maxima. Maxima, that is maximum value which a quadratic equation can take, that is maximum value of y. Maximum value of y, which is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So how to find this minimum and maximum is that when ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, you say a is greater than 0, then minima comes. How to figure this minima is that occurs at x is equal to minus b by 2a and that particular y value would be by substituting this, that is a into minus b by 2a whole square plus b into minus b by 2a plus c. What is this value? Is nothing but this is ab square by 2 ab square by 4a square, that is nothing but b square by 4a, because a is there already, minus b square by 2a plus c, which should be nothing but this is minus b square plus 4ac by 4a, that is nothing but minus not c, this is just the 4a, yes, minus b plus 4ac, minus b square plus 4ac by 4a will be the maxima, or 4ac minus b square by 4a. You could say y minima is equal to 4ac minus b square by 4a, which occurs at x equal to minus b by 2a, which occurs at x equal to minus b by 2a. Is this clear? Because the same thing occurs even at the maxima point, that is, if a is less than 0, we will tend to find maxima. In this case, the same ax square plus bx plus c, but a is less than 0, x maxima, x is equal, or x naught, let's say x naught is equal to minus b by 2a, on which you will be getting y maxima. Y maxima is again 4ac minus b square by 4a. The same above thing only, but for a greater than 0 it will be a minima, for a less than 0 it will be a maxima. Is this clear, guys? Please do respond. That is minus b by 2a and 4ac minus b square by 4a. Clear? Great. So this is the minima and maxima. Let us solve some questions now on quadratic equation. Or yes, this is the crash course I was talking about, NMAT 2025 crash course. Here the same thing, like to the best of my understanding, the links should have been present on the description, but if not, definitely please do visit the Chrome or search engine and just type for Cracku NMAT crash course. This is the crash course curated for this last few days who wanted to do well in their exam. Definitely do take a call on this. If you're serious about the exam, then definitely do take a call, because this will help you to grow or help you cover the concepts which are already weak at, to cover those concepts and practice on that, so that your total score on the final day will be higher. This includes everything, the concept test, topic test, daily targets and mock test and everything. So please do visit this. And guys, please do like the stream. We are already about 1.5 hours by now, nearly about 1.5 hours, next 10 minutes. So it's already midway the session. So please do like the stream. I'm expecting more number of likes, as I mentioned in the start as well. Please do like the stream. And sir, I'm unable to understand time, speed, distance and raises concept, so I can't solve questions in the mocks. What should I do? Okay, when you cannot solve some questions on time, speed, distance, I assume you to be a Cracku student, because seeing your message in this way, I think so. Or if not, even do first assess if there is a concept issue. Why you are unable to understand that? Is it like application part issue or a conceptual issue? If you are good at concepts but still unable to apply them well, then you need practice, or you should understand, you should refer to the solutions well. You should go through the video solutions, you should go through the text solutions and everything. Or if the problem is itself, the root is itself the conceptual understanding, then definitely you should get to a place where you understand the concepts well in time, speed, distance. Again, the place would be the same, the crash course which you can take up to cover them. If you do that, definitely you should be able to improve yourself on the time, speed, distance application. So having said that application part, what happens is that, see, application is all about, I would say, someone who is really good at understanding the question statement well, who is really good at interpreting what the statement is exactly saying, or who is really good at concepts, they will definitely do well in application as well. Probably the amount of time in the initial stages they take to finish the question could be higher. But having said that, if you're conceptually very strong, with practice, the amount of time you will be spending on that particular question will reduce very high. I mean to say, initially you might have taken 3 minutes, but after, let's say, immense practice, very extensive practice, even that can go to 40 seconds, 30 seconds also. So please do assess yourself if it's a conceptual lag or a application part. Saili ma'am videos. Yes. See, Saili ma'am has scored 297 in NMAT 2024, like top score, topper of the NMAT, let's say. So the point is that do learn from ma'am. Ma'am has recorded the concept videos for NMAT as well. So NMAT crash course, you should definitely be worth taking to, what do you say, to cover the loopholes. See, many people I find, whoever appears in competitive exam, the concepts which they are not good at or the topics which they are not doing well, they tend to ignore. They tend to ignore that particular concept and try to maximize score from other. But if you are already good at others, to see an improvement in your mock score or even the final day score, you should cover the loopholes as well. You should be ultra ready. You should be like, you give me from any topic under the syllabus of this exam, I should be very good at solving them. That occurs only if you are not hesitant to learn the concepts, if you are not hesitant to practice more. These two things. And for people who are unable to understand few questions of time, speed, distance or something, I want to reiterate one thing. Our Cracku mocks have, let's say NMAT or SNAP, you'll have 10 full length tests and 5 sectional tests of each section as well. You will have all the tests, all the mock tests, all the full length tests of NMAT or SNAP you purchase. You'll be having all the video solutions recorded. You'll be having all the video solutions for verbal, DLR and as well as the quant part. For all the sections, you will have all the text solutions and as well as video solutions. So this is something I think I'm not wrong if I say that we are more or less, we are the only institute which are providing video solutions for the NMAT and SNAP mocks in detail for every mock in every section. So make use of it. Do use of it so that you will improve your score. If you are really serious about improving even 10 marks in your final exam, you should give a try. You should not give up. Whoever doesn't give up till the final date, they will end up scoring really good. I'm sure about this. So now let me pose a question, and guys, you can solve this from quadratics. We have 20 more seconds for this question. See. Okay, so let me solve this question for you guys now. So which of the following is true about the given equations? 3x square plus 9x plus 5 is 0 and x square minus 6x plus 9 is 0. For equation 1, if I talk about firstly equation 1, 3x square plus 9x plus 5 is equal to 0. Let me find the discriminant of this, which is b square minus 4ac. When I solve for that, I'll be getting 9 square 81 minus 4 into 3 into 5, which should be equal to 81 minus 4 3s are 12 into 5, which is 60, which is 21. So discriminant is greater than 0. For this, discriminant is strictly greater than 0. So this means it is having a real roots. Similarly, let us deal with equation 2 as well, which is x square minus 6x plus 9. X square minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. Similarly, again b square, which is 6 square, or minus 6 square is nothing but 6 square minus 4 into 9 into 1, which is 36 minus 36, which is equal to 0. So here discriminant is equal to 0, but still real roots, but equal roots. That is alpha equal to beta. But here in the first case it is distinct roots. Now which of the following is true about this 2? Only equation 1 has real roots is wrong, because even equation 2 has real roots. Only equation 2 has real roots is also wrong. Both equation 1 and 2 have real roots should be the right one. Either equation 1 or equation 2 has real roots. Okay, neither equation 1 nor equation 2 has real roots. This is again wrong. Either equation 1 or equation 2, that is either 1 or 2 it is saying, but it is not saying that both are having. But the most appropriate should be both 1 and 2 are having the real roots. So the most appropriate would be option C. Now let me post one more question. Solve for this, guys. You have 35 more seconds for this question. Keep solving. Alright. Now let me solve this for you people. Find the value of a for which the sum of the squares of the roots, sum of the squares, if alpha and beta are the roots, then sum of the squares, that is alpha square plus beta square of the equation x square minus of a minus 2 into x minus a minus 1 is minimum. That is, the given quadratic equation is x square minus of a minus 2 into x minus of a plus 1. This is the given quadratic equation. So if this is the given quadratic equation, now it is said that sum of the squares of the roots, if alpha and beta are the roots, then alpha square plus beta square is minimum. The sum of the squares of the roots is minimum. Then find the value of a. Firstly, we should be finding alpha square plus beta square. Alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. But we already know this a square plus b square is a plus b whole square minus 2ab. That is what I applied here. Alpha square plus beta square is alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. But we already know alpha plus beta should be equal to minus b by a. In this case, b is minus of a minus 2, minus of a minus 2 divided by the 1, because the leading coefficient a is equal to 1 here, x square. So this should be equal to a minus 2 by 1. This is alpha plus beta. But what about alpha into beta? Alpha into beta is nothing but c by a, that is constant by leading coefficient 1, where a is 1. C is nothing but minus of a plus 1. Minus of a plus 1 by 1. So alpha square plus beta square is nothing but alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, which is a minus 2 whole square minus 2 alpha beta, which is nothing but 2 times of minus into minus plus. So plus 2 into a plus 1, because what is alpha into beta? Minus of a plus 1. So what is this equation? A square plus 4 minus 4a plus 2a plus 2, which is nothing but a square minus 2a plus 6. So sum of the squares of the roots, I got is a square minus 2a plus 6. A square minus 2a plus 6. Now it is said that this sum of the roots is minimum. The sum of the squares of the roots is minimum. So it is being said that indirectly a square minus 2a plus 6 is minimum. Then find the value of a. That is, when is this quadratic equation a square minus 2a plus 6 will have the minimum possible value? That will occur at x is equal to or x not equal to minus b by 2a, which I told. That is minus of minus 2 by 2 times of 1, which is 2 by 2, 1. That occurs at 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. The minimum value of this quadratic equation occurs at x is equal to 1 or the a naught is equal to 1. That should be, even the value can also be figured out, that is 1 minus 2 plus 6, that is 5. The minimum value is 5, but that is occurring at a value of a is equal to 1. Am I clear? The answer has to be option E. Vibhuti got 2, so you should be looking back at your solution, where did you make a mistake, and Niharika got option E, that is right. I hope I am clear. Any doubts in this particular question? The answer has to be option 1. Sorry, I mean to say option E, the answer has to be 1. Instead of 2a, I wrote 3a. Okay, probably some mistake you have made in your calculation. That's okay. Clear, sir. Okay, I guess every one of you are able to follow. This is clear. I'll be posting the next question now. Solve for this. Let me solve this now. Find the quadratic equation whose roots are squares of the roots of the quadratic equation 2x square plus k minus 3 into x plus 6k equal to 0. So if alpha and beta are the roots of 2x square plus k minus 3 into x plus 6k equal to 0. Then find the quadratic equation whose roots are squares of the roots, that is alpha square and beta square are the roots, then find the equation. Okay. Now firstly let's see what is alpha plus beta, which should be equal to minus b by a, which should be equal to minus of k minus 3 by 2. Minus of k minus 3 by 2, which should be nothing but 3 minus k by 2. Similarly, what is alpha beta? Product of the roots, which is c by a. The c is 6k and coefficient, leading coefficient is 2, so it has to be 3k. 3k is alpha beta, 3 minus k by 2 is alpha plus beta. Now when I talk about alpha square plus beta square, that is if alpha square and beta square are the roots of the quadratic equation which we have to figure out, then sum of those roots, that is alpha square plus beta square, should be how much? Alpha square plus beta square should be alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 times of alpha beta. What is alpha plus beta whole square? Alpha plus beta whole square is 3 minus k by 2 whole square minus 2 times of alpha beta. Alpha beta is 3k. So this is coming out to be 9 plus k square minus 6k by 4 minus 6k. So 6 4s are 24 and 30. I am getting minus 30k plus 9 by 4. So alpha square plus beta square I am getting to be k square minus 30k plus 9 by 4. Whereas alpha square beta square is nothing but product of the roots, which has to be alpha beta whole square. Alpha beta we already figured out it to be 3k. So 3k whole square, that is 9k square. That is 9k square. So the new quadratic equation which we have to figure out, having roots alpha square and beta square, will have sum of its roots as k square minus 30k plus 9 by 4. K square minus 30k plus 9 by 4. And product of the roots will be 9k square. Product of the roots would be 9k square. So let us see the options. One is 4x square minus of k square minus 24k plus 9x plus 18k square. See, if you do alpha square plus beta square in this particular thing, or the sum of the roots, you get k square minus 24k plus 9 by 4. But we want k square minus 30k plus 9 by 4. It is not 24, it should have been 30. So option A is wrong. Let's see option B, again 24k, this is should also go wrong. Option C is having 30k. So k square minus 30k plus 9 by 4 should be one thing, but here it is given 2. So if I do sum of the roots, I'll get k square minus 30k plus 9 divided by 2, but I want divided by 4 as the sum of the roots, because alpha square plus beta square I figured out it to be divided by 4, k square minus 30k plus 9 by 4. So this is also wrong. Now let's see option D, k square minus 30k plus 9, that should fine, divided by 4 is also fine. So this should be my answer, that is option D. Even if you can do the product of the roots, that is c by a, that is 36k square by 4, that should be 9k square, and that is what we also deduced, 9k square. And if you see option E, again 24k, this is wrong. So only 30k, with 30k there are two options, C and D, in which C is wrong because sum of the roots will be given k square minus 30k plus 9 by 2, but we want k square minus 30k plus 9 by 4. So option D will be my right answer. Am I clear? Am I clear, guys? Can I move forward with the next question? Please feel free to ask any doubts. And I request each one of you to please like the stream, putting a lot of effort on the weekend to make you as this exam. Please do like the stream so that the video reach will be increased. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Rest of the people, is this fine? Shall I move on? Two people told yes, sir. Any issues? Okay. I'll be posting the next question. Okay, people are good to solve this case. Good. 30 more seconds for this question. I know it is very easy question. People are doing well. Many are answering it. Okay. Now let me solve this question for you people. There are two quadratic equations given. One is x square minus x minus 20 is equal to 0. And the other is x square plus 7x plus 12 equal to 0. Then what is the value of x? That is, you should find the value of x which satisfies both the quadratic equations. That is, if there are two roots for each, there should be one root which is common to both the equations. That will be my answer because it should satisfy both the equations. So let me find the, what do you say? You can find the roots of this. If you find the roots of this, you will be getting, one is, as I mentioned the formula, minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. If you do that, you will be getting, here b is minus 1. So minus of minus 1 is 1. 1 plus or minus root over 1 minus 4 into 1 into minus 20 by 2a. A is 1, so it is 2, which is 1 plus or minus root over 81 by 2, which is 1 plus or minus 9 by 2. So if this is the case, you will get one root as 1 plus 9 by 2, which is 10 by 2, 5. The other root as 1 minus 9 by 2, which is minus 8 by 2, which is minus 4. So for this particular thing, the roots are 5 comma minus 4. For the next thing, that is x square minus 17x plus 12, let us even figure out those roots. Here it would be 17 plus or minus, because minus b is 17, 17 square minus of, is it 17 or 7? Sorry, it is 7, right? It is plus 7x. It is plus 7x. It is not 17, guys. I thought plus 7 as 17. I'm sorry. This is plus 7x. So here the roots are minus 7 plus or minus root over b square, that is 49, minus 4ac divided by 2a, which is again 2. So which is again 2. So this is equal to minus 7 plus or minus root over 12 fours are 48. 49 minus 48 is 1 by 2. So the roots are either minus 7 plus 1, which is minus 6 by 2, which is minus 3, or minus 7 minus 1, which is minus 8 by 2, which is minus 4. So these roots are minus 3 and minus 4. These are minus 3 and minus 4. So this will be 0 at 5 comma minus 4, and the second equation will be 0 at minus 3 and minus 4. But we want x value such that both of them satisfy together, that is both are 0. That is happening at one common root, which is minus 4. Answer would be option B. Or now people could say me, sir, I would just subtract both the equations. Being x square having the common coefficient, you would just subtract both the equations and you will be getting 8x is equal to 32 or minus 32, then x is minus 4. Fairly true and totally true, I would say, indeed possible. X is minus 4. It is easier to just equate the equations. Yes, that is what, when you equate the equations, ultimately you are subtracting, right? When you will get it onto the right hand side or left hand side, x square gets cancelled. So that is what I am inferring to. You could just subtract, you would get 8x equal to minus 32. It's the same thing. If you equate both, x square goes away, minus x minus 20 is 7x plus 12, which implies 8x equal to minus 32. That is also true in this question. Having said that, if x square coefficients are not same, if one equation is x square minus x minus 20 and the other equation is, let's say, 2x square minus 7x plus 12 or some number, in that case, even though you wanted to equate, still you will end up getting a quadratic equation only, which you have to again ultimately solve it. So it is just that you have to this is taken to apply the formula minus b plus b root over this, and to figure out these are the roots and these are the roots, we need one common root which is common for both of them, so that both of them satisfy together, that is minus 4. Hope I am clear. I'll pose the next question. Hope I am clear. Yeah. Solve this now. This is also a fairly simple question. We will take some difficult questions as well after, let's say, 20 minutes or so. Some difficult questions, not all. You have 20 more seconds for this question. Many of you were able to answer it. All right. So let me solve this now. Now it is given that the sum of the roots of the quadratic equation is 5. If alpha and beta are the roots, then the sum of the roots is given as 5, and product of the roots minus 14, that is alpha beta is minus 14. Then what is the absolute difference? What is the absolute difference between the roots? That is mod of alpha minus beta. Absolute difference is alpha minus beta, but absolute difference, that is positive value, mod of alpha minus beta is what being asked. So if alpha plus beta is 5 and alpha beta is also known, can we figure out alpha minus beta whole square? Alpha minus beta whole square is nothing but alpha plus beta whole square minus 4 times of alpha beta, because this will be alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta minus 4 alpha beta. So alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta, which is nothing but alpha minus beta whole square. So alpha plus beta is 5. So this is 5 square minus of 4 times of alpha beta is minus 14. This is 25 plus 56, which should be equal to 81. 25 plus 56, which should be equal to 81. So alpha minus beta whole square is 81. So alpha minus beta is equal to plus or minus 9. We don't know if the difference is plus 9 or minus 9, because alpha minus beta whole square is 81. So it could be either plus 9 or minus 9, but it is asked to find absolute difference. If it is only difference, then answer is cannot be determined. It could be either 9 or minus 9, but absolute, that is mod of alpha minus beta, this will always be 9. Be it minus 9 or plus 9, the difference, after taking absolute, that is the modulus value, you will get it to be 9. So answer has to be option B. Answer has to be option B, 9. Hope I am clear. Yes, the SNAP 2025 crash course. Here the Cracku, the same thing as I mentioned, it covers all the mocks, it covers the daily targets, it covers the concept videos for you people to cover the conceptual lag, the few topics where you are weak at or you are not good at, and at the same time daily practice, mock test, which has one free mock test, and the rest of the things are on this course or purchase part, in which every mock test has its video solutions recorded and as well as the text solutions written in a good format. I mean to say, these all are the things which you get with this course to ace your exam. So please do go to Google search and search for Cracku SNAP crash course or Cracku NMAT crash course for NMAT and so on. Alright guys, now let us start with the topic progressions. So this is the part of algebra in aptitude exams, let's say NMAT, SNAP or even CAT as well. Any quantitative part you take, algebra does contain one part of the syllabus as progressions, which are arithmetic progression AP and geometric progression GP are part of it. So when I have to discuss some concept related to AP and GP, AP series is actually in this format. There will be first term A and the subsequent terms follow one pattern. The pattern is that they have a common difference of D and so on. That is, they have a common difference. Here if you see, the first term is A, first term is A, the second term is A plus D, the third term is A plus 2D and so on. That is common difference. There is some difference which should be equal to A2 minus A1, that is second term minus first term, or instead of saying A2 minus A1, I could also term it as T2 minus T1, that is second term minus first term, which is equal to D. Or you could also say this is equal to T3 minus T2, that is equal to T4 minus T3, and so on. So every time there is a common difference of D. This is basically what a progression, arithmetic progression means, AP. This is what an AP means. So here one few things which you can remember. Nth term or Tn is nothing but first term plus n minus 1 into D. First term plus n minus 1 into D. That is, if you want to find fourth term, you would say T4 is nothing but a plus 4 minus 1 into D, that is a plus 3D. What is the fourth term? A plus D, a plus 2D, and a plus 3D. Yes. Or even the second term, third term, any term, nth term. Nth term is Tn. Nth term is nothing but Tn. Tn is a plus n minus 1 into D. Summation of n, that is Sn, is nothing but n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D. 2a plus n minus 1 into D. What is this Sn? Sn is nothing but summation of a arithmetic progression till nth term, that is till nth term. When I say S2, that means a and a plus d summation till two terms. A plus d is 2a plus d. If I say S2, it would be 2 by 2, 1, 2a plus 2 minus 1 into d, which is nothing but 2a plus d. Sn represents summation of terms till nth term, Sn and Tn. So a plus n minus 1 into D and n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D. These are Tn and Sn. What about if this is the first term and this is a common difference? What else I could talk about? There is one more thing. This can also be written as n by 2 into a plus n minus 1 into D, because 2a is nothing but a plus a. Or this can also be rewritten as a by 2 into a plus, what is a plus n minus 1 into D, which is Tn. So this is represented as L, which is known as also last term. If I talk about first 10 term summation, you could do, let's say first 10 term summation, you could be doing either, if you know the first term and common difference, you should be doing 2 times of first term plus n minus 1, 10 minus 1 into common difference. If you do not know the common difference, but if you know the first term and the last term, that is the 10th term, first term and the 10th term, if you know these both values also, you can find the summation till 10 terms, the entire summation, that would be 10 by 2 into first term plus 10th term. That is still, L is nothing but last term. In this particular example, it is 10th term. Either you could do 2a plus n minus 1 into D if you know the first term and common difference. If you are not sure about if you are not aware of the common difference, but you know the last term and the first term, then directly you could do n by 2 into first term plus last term. But we know the number of terms at least, n has to be known at least. So this is what the summation of, or this is the AP part. Do make note of these formulas, Tn, n by 2, n plus 1 by 2 and a plus L. And if you are clear about this, then I will move to GP part to explain. Please do respond if you guys understood this AP, that is nth term and summation Sn, which can be presented in 2 formats. Is this clear? I'm waiting for some response so that I can move forward to GP, that is geometric progression. All right. Okay. Few people are able to tell and some people left. That's fine. All right. So let me move forward to geometric progression. If anyone has any doubts on arithmetic progression, you can feel free to ask me in the chat box. I'll be moving forward for the GP. So GP is nothing but basically a geometric progression. So in this case, the series looks like A AR, AR square, AR cube, AR power 4 and so on. The terms keeps following. That is, the first term is A, the second term is AR, the third term is AR square, the fourth term is AR cube and so on. That is, there is some common ratio. If you see T2 by T1, you get AR by A, it should be equal to R. If you do T3 by T2, that is third term by second term, still you will get the common ratio as, or the factor as R. So basically for every fact or the every term is obtained by multiplying a common ratio R to its preceding term, So basically this R is here known as common ratio. R is known as common ratio. Now, if R is common ratio, how can I generalize nth term? That is Tn. How can I generalize nth term? Nth term is nothing but a into r power n minus 1. A into r power n minus 1. You could verify this. If n equal to 1, you get r power 0, which is equal to 1. So 1 into a, if first term is a. If T2, that is second term, you will do a into r power 2 minus 1, that is ar. Second term is ar. Third term is ar square, so a into r power 3 minus 1. Fourth term is ar cube, so a into r power 4 minus 1. So basically nth term is a into r power n minus 1. A into r power n minus 1. And similarly, if I have to find summation till nth term, that is Sn, summation till nth term, this will be equal to a into r power or a into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. Or this can also be written as a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1. Both are same. It's just that writing 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r is nothing but r power n minus 1 by r minus 1. So basically, summation till nth term in a GP or till let's say 10th term, 12th term and so on, that would be a into r power n minus 1 by r minus 1. But what is S infinity? Summation till infinity for infinite GP. For infinite, there is something known as infinite GP, where the terms keeps moving like a, ar square, ar cube, ar power 4 and so on till infinity. In that case, S infinity would be equal to, or the summation of all the terms in an infinite GP will tend to a by 1 minus r. In this case, mod r is definitely between 0 and 1, because infinite GP is possible to tend to some value only if mod r lies between 0 and 1. That is, if this r lies between let's say some 0.5 or 0.23 or some number which is less than 1 basically, then you could tend that value to some point. If r is greater than 1, and let's say a is some 10, then you will get, let's say r is equal to 1 or r is equal to 1.5 let's say, or 2, let's say 2. Let's take the example of 2 and first term is 10. Then how the GP goes? 10 into 220, again into 240, then 80, then 160 and so on. This will not stop at all. So if you want to find the sum of all the terms till infinity, that is 10 plus 20 plus 40 plus 80 and so on till infinity, the summation will also tend to infinity. You won't be able to write in the format of a by 1 minus r. This is only possible tending to some finite value if r is less than 1. That is, if mod r is less than 1, because r can also be negative, but that should also be again greater than minus 1. It can't be minus 2, minus 3. If minus 2, minus 3 also you won't be able to find. Now, if 10 is first term, minus 2, then minus 20, again minus 2, 40, then again minus 2, 80, again 160. You mean to say there will not be tending to a proper value. You won't be able to figure out the value which it is tending to in this case. But if it is less than 1, then definitely, or mod r less than 1, that should tend, because in that case what happens if it is 10, if r is 1 by 2, then the next term is 5. If r is again 1 by 2, so 5 by 2 which is 2.5, then 2.5 by 2 which is 1.25. Then again, so this value keeps decreasing. Now when you divide it by 2 or the ratio is less than 1, the succeeding term will be less than smaller term. So starting with 10, even though this term might go for infinity terms, this entire sum should tend to some finite value. The sum should tend to some finite value. That sum should tend to some finite value. S infinity. In this particular case, it will be a by 1 minus r, or if this case, if I have to talk, a is 10, so 10 by 1 minus r, r is 1 by 2. So 10 by 1 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to again 10 by 1 by 2, which should be 20. So till infinity, if you keep adding these numbers, it will tend to 20. So this mod r being less than, or mod r is between 0 and 1, then S infinity tend to a finite value, which is a by 1 minus r. There is no infinite GP, let's say it's just some 10 terms or 20 terms. You will be applying this thing, which is a into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. A into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r. Or if it is infinity, how did I get a by 1 minus r? You apply the same formula, but n is tending to infinity. If a into 1 minus r power n by 1 minus r, infinity terms, it is n is tending to infinity, r is being from 0 to 1. So some 0 point some number power infinity. 0.1 number, 0 point some number power infinity will tend to 0. 0.2 into 0.2 is 0.04, into 0.2 is again 0.008. So it will keep going to a smaller value. So some number which lies between 0 and 1 power infinity will tend to 0. So this numerator can be written as a into 1 minus 0 divided by the same 1 minus r. That is what S infinity is, a by 1 minus r. That is what infinite GP summation, or n term summation in a GP, or a common, or the nth term is a into r power n minus 1. These three things have to be taken into consideration while you deal with GP. You should be knowing itna to concept pata hona chahiye, bare minimum. So am I clear? Please do respond with in the chat box, so that I'll move forward to the students who are listening to the class. Is this clear? All right. Shall I move forward then? I'll post a question. Solve this case. I'll wait for 15 more seconds. Let the timer finish, then I'll be solving this particular question for you guys. Some people were able to answer on the chat box. I think that should be the right answer. Yes, that is indeed the right answer. So let me solve this. What is the sum of all the 7 terms of an arithmetic progression if the first term is 11, that is a is 11, and the last term is 43, that is last term L is equal to 43. What is the sum of this all the 7 terms? So it is also said that there are 7 terms in an arithmetic progression in all. Then what is the sum of all the 7 terms? That is n is equal to 7, a is 11, and last term is 43. What is summation? This is n by 2 into first term plus last term. So n is given to be 7 divided by 2 into first term 11, the last term 43, which is nothing but 7 by 2 into 54, which is 7 into 27. 54 by 2 is nothing but 27. So 7 into 27 is 7 sevens are 49. 7 twos are 14 plus 4 18. So 189. Answer has to be option A, 189. Sir, समझ नहीं आया. Which part you are referring to? Please be a bit more precise on which part you are unable to understand. This part. The question you are referring to? Okay. See, basically summation n terms, as I discussed on the concept, the previous slide, if you could see, the thing which I've discussed here on AP, one is summation n is nothing but n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, which can also be written as n by 2 into a plus last term. Because when you know value of n, when you know a value, but you do not know d value, they might give sometimes last term. You could do two ways. One is you apply this n by 2 into a plus l, the formula n by 2 into a plus l, and you can arrive at your answer. The other thing is, you know there are total 7 terms and you know the last term is 43. So 7th term is nothing but 43. What is 7th term? A plus 7 minus 1 into d, that is a plus n minus 1 into d, which is nothing but a plus 60. A plus 60 is being told as 43, where it is also told the first term is 11. It is also given a is 11. So if a is 11, 6d is nothing but 43 minus 11, which is nothing but 6d is 32. So if 6d is 32, d is nothing but 32 by 6. This is nothing but 6 5s are 30 and 4. Or 32 by 6. If it is 32 by 6, you need not even convert into integer or some decimal. 32 by 6 is fine. So let me put this as just 32 by 6. Yes, d is 32 by 6. Now you can apply. Okay, now I get it. Okay, fine. So either n by 2 into a plus l, or you could do n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. The same thing you will arrive at. Still it is 7 by 2. 2a is 2 into 11. 7 minus 1 6 into d is 32 by 6, which is nothing but 7 by 2 into 22 plus 32, which is again 54 only. This should again be equal to 189. The same thing. Good. So answer is option A, 189. Now I'll be posting the next question. Try to solve it, guys. Sir, I'm able to solve question during analysis, but I don't know why I'm not able to solve questions during a mock. What should I do? So during a mock you are unable to solve it, but during analysis, see one thing, either the amount of practice which is required to do it under the time pressure is not still obtained by you, that is more amount of practice is required. And in the second case, probably you should try giving more number of sectionals or full length mocks to make you get adapted to that pressure setting, that is the exam pressure, in that time duration window. Probably during analysis you don't have any timer running for each individual question or so you won't feel that pressure to finish it fast. But during exam time there is some fixed time given for every section. Let's say in that particular case you should be doing fast, you should do accurate, you should think faster. So probably this pressure is not making you perform better to your potential. So you should focus on doing a timed practice, is what I can say from your particular problem. Let's see. Exactly, Devansh. You should be using nth term when you want to find the nth term and summation during the summation. True. So your teaching is too good. Thank you. 144. I'm getting 144. Okay, let me solve. We will see what is the answer once I solve it. So what is the sum of first 9 terms of an arithmetic progression? That is, find the value of S9 if second term is 6 and fourth term is 12. T2 given as 6, T4 given as 12. So what is T2? T2 should be a plus n minus 1 into d, that is a plus 2 minus 1 into d, or a plus d, let's say. What is T4? T4 will be a plus 3d. So one is a plus d, the other is a plus 3d. Given one is a plus d, the other is a plus 3d. So if a plus d is 6 and a plus 3d is 12, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. You could just subtract, you get 2d is equal to 12 minus 6. A plus 3d is 12, a plus d is 6. So 2d is equal to 6. That implies d is equal to 3. If d is equal to 3, this implies a is also equal to 3, because 3 plus 3 6, or d is 3, then a plus 9 is 12. So a is 12 minus 9, again 3. So that is a is 3, d is 3. Now the question asked is to find summation till 9th, that is from first term to 9 terms, the first 9 terms, T1, T2, T3, so on, that is T1 plus T2 plus so on till T9 is nothing but S9. So what is this S9 equal to? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We'll apply the same thing. N by 2 into 2 into 3, 6, plus n is again 9, so 8 into d, which is 3. So n by 2, 24 plus 6, 30. So 9 by 2 into 30, which is nothing but 9 into 15, because this is what, 15 times, which I get 9 into 15, which is nothing but 150 minus 15. So 135. 135. Answer has to be option C, 135. I'm getting 144. Okay, you could, now I think you should be able to understand where you did wrong or where you went mistake, because the answer has to be 135 as I just solved it. Some people got answer as 135, that is fair, calculation error. Okay, so this is what you should not commit these calculation errors, because something you know how to do, you're good at doing, then definitely you should squeeze the marks there. You should not at all lose a mark or get a negative or anything as such, because that will make your total overall score go down, because of which again the issues appear, the calls, the interview calls, the colleges, admits and everything. So should ensure that you're not doing some calculation error. Be clear in your mindset, practice more, be serious and practice more, then you can avoid this kind of silly mistakes to the best extent. And again, for the same, I would suggest do this daily targets of UMETs and even mock tests, sectional test practice under time pressure, because they have a timer running. In the timer setup, you should know how to do well. When you face that pressure, then you will push yourself hard, and sometimes you end up doing mistakes, sometimes you end up doing well. So the point is, you should get adapted to it to the fullest level. Keep practicing the fullest. I'll post the next question. Solve this, guys. How much time should I be giving for a SNAP mock? You're giving 30 for LR, 20 for Quant, 10 for English. Okay. See, it actually depends on your strength. If you are so good at something, out of these three, there could be one section which you're really super good at, let's say English, let's assume. I think it's English. Then you have to actually start with English, pull your score maximum at that, and then move on to the next sections. If your next best strength section is Quant, then definitely do it. If the LR is your weaker section, then you have to go to LR and ensure to do best in the remaining time possible, so that you will at least clear the sectional. If you do outperform yourself, that is the best scenario. I wish you do it, but if on the exam day, on the final D day, if your abilities are to the thing where you can analyze well, then the strengths the areas which you are stronger at, then definitely you should pull the marks from. If you think you're so good at English, you could solve it very faster with a higher accuracy, then definitely you can spend a bit more time on LR. If you think that instead of 10 minutes, if you spend 15 minutes, then you will end up definitely getting the right answer in LR, then definitely go ahead with it. Do it and get the score from there as well, and do those 10 minutes of English. But something you are really good at, then you should not lose a mark. That should be the strategy. It's not about the individual timer, it's about which you are good at. First you have to finish those questions in overall. because sometimes it can happen that you're good at some quant topic, but you're not so good at some other topic. So instead of wasting the time which you end up getting a wrong answer or a unable to solve question, instead you spend the time which you first finish all the doable questions of your own. That is, after seeing a question, yes, this is something I can definitely do. Do it, ensure you're not doing a calculation or a silly mistake, apply well the concepts, do a proper thing and mark the right answer. Do this kind of selective picking first, and then the rest of the time you should fall onto the questions where you are unable to do it in the first iteration. That is what my suggestion is. Now let us see this particular question. I'll solve this. Now it is given that nth term of a geometric progression, nth term of a infinite geometric progression. What is an nth term? A into r power n minus 1 equals to one third of sum of all the terms after it. One third of sum of all the terms after it, summation nothing but after nth term, that is from n plus 1th term to infinity, because it's an infinite GP. So this particular t and a into r power n minus 1 is said to be equal to one third of sum of all the terms after it. So what are the all? See, actually it is ar square and so on till ar power n minus 1, comma ar power n plus 1 and so on till infinity, because it's an infinite GP. ar square, ar cube, so on, it goes on till infinity. So even if there is nth term which is a into r power n minus 1, the tn plus 1, that is n plus 1th term would be a into r power n plus 2 would be a into r power n plus 1 and so on till infinity. Now this particular a into r power n minus 1 is said to be equal to one third of the summation starting from the next element, that is after this tn, starting from ar power n plus 1 and so on till infinity. This is also a GP now. See the terms from tn plus 1, tn plus 2 and so on till infinity. This is also a GP. But what is the summation s infinity, which is a by 1 minus r? But here a should be a into r power n1, a into r power n, because we are only concerned about sum of all the terms after it. So the first term is itself, when you wanted to find the summation of that particular series, the first term itself is a into r power n divided by 1 minus common ratio is again r, because a into r power n, a into r plus n plus 1, n plus 2 and so on. So again r. So basically summation of an infinite GP is a into r power n by 1 minus r. That is s infinity is a by 1 minus r. Instead of a, I could write in your case first term, because you could confuse here, a by 1 minus r is a into r power n by 1 minus r. I mean to say, as we discussed during the conceptual stage of APGP, the infinite sum is nothing but a by 1 minus r, or it can be said as first term by 1 minus r. But in this case, the first term is a into r power n, because we are concerned only for the terms which are coming after nth term, that is from n plus 1th term we are concerned till infinity. N plus 1th term is a into r power n. So the summation till infinity is a into r power n by 1 minus r. The common ratio is still r for this particular GP. So this is what being told. So let me cancel a, r power n minus 1. So 3 into r power n minus 1 divided by, if I get r power n onto the denominator, is equal to 1 by 1 minus r. So this is nothing but, what is r power n minus 1 by r power n, which is nothing but 1 by r. This can be written as 3 by r, because r power n by r is nothing but r power n minus 1. R power n goes away. You get 3 by r is equal to 1 minus r. This is nothing but 3 minus 3r is equal to r, or r is equal to 3 by 4, because 3 is equal to 4r. 3 minus 3r equal to r. This implies 3 is equal to 4r. So r is equal to 3 by 4. It is given, this statement is given to figure out the value of r. This statement is given to figure out the value of r. Now, the sum of the first 4 terms of the series is 350. The sum of the first 4 terms of the series is 350. So, sum of the first 4 terms, which is nothing but t1 plus t2 plus t3 plus t4, or s4, S4, sum of the first 4, you could see here, sum of the first 4 terms of series is 350. But what is Sn? Sn is nothing but a into 1 minus r per n by 1 minus r. So we do not know the value of a, so a into 1 minus, but we figured out r is 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 power, what is the value of n? N is what? 4 terms we are dealing with, power 4 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4. So it is nothing but a into 1, what is 3 power 4? 3 square 9 into 9 again, so 81 divided by what is 4 power 4? 4 square 16 into 16, which is 256, divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 4, which should be equal to a into what is 256 minus 81? 256 minus 81 should be nothing but 256 minus 80 is 175. So 256 minus 81 should be 175 divided by 256 by 1 by 4. 256 by 1 by 4 is nothing but what? 256 here and by 4 here. So 256 by 4 is nothing but 4 6 are 24 and 16. So 175a by 64. The summation is 175a by 64. This particular value is said to be equal to 350. 4 term summation is said to be 350. But then what is a? 175 2 times is 350. So a is 64 into 2, which is nothing but 128. First term is 128, a is 128 and r is 3 by 4. A is 128, r is 3 by 4. This is what we are able to deduce. Now find the sum of all the terms of the series is the question. Find the sum of all the terms of the series. The series is what? Infinite GP. So we got a, we got r. Now S infinity is what they are asking, which is a by 1 minus r, which should be a is 128 divided by r is 3 by 4 is what we figured out. So it is 128 into 4, which is nothing but 32. 4 2s are 8, 11, 4 1s are 4, 5. So 512. 128 into 4 is 512. So the answer has to be 512. Sum of all the terms has to be option C, 512. Is this clear? Or any one of you face difficulty in understanding this? It is definitely a better question compared to rest of the questions which you people solved. So please feel free if you are unable to understand any part of this particular solution, which I took a lot of time to explain in order to make you people feel comfortable around this question. One statement is interpreted so that you could find r value. The other statement is made such that you can find now a value, which comes out to be 128 and 3 by 4. The final thing which is asked is sum of infinite terms in that infinite GP, which is a by 1 minus r, which is 128 by 1 minus 3 by 4, which is 512. Please confirm me if anyone faced difficulty or any doubt in this. I would be explaining again if someone requires. Clear, sir, no doubt. Okay, great. Should we skip those questions in the exam? This question you should not, because there is nothing difficult in this, but the point is, if you understand the concept which I explained, sum of infinity terms, and if you are able to understand the question well, nth term of an infinite GP equals to 1/3 of the sum of all the terms after it. So the GP summation which I am interested is from a into r power n to infinity. So summation would be a into r power n by 1 minus r. 1/3 of this value is being set equal to nth term, that is a into r power n minus 1. If this is what you can interpret immediately, then the rest of the things won't take time for this question. If you are able to find this thing, then immediately you will get r equal to 4. After getting r equal to 4, sum of first 4 terms is 350, which is simply the application of formula. You'll just substitute r value which you got and you will do the calculation part. You get a as 128. After getting a and r, what else is there? They simply as sum of all terms. So a by 1 minus r, 128 by 1 minus 3 by 4, you get 5 and 2. You get it faster. Provided you interpret the statement well and understand the concepts well, definitely you should not leave this kind of question. So let us move on to the next question. Okay, so omit daily targets. So other than mock tests like NMAT and SNAP, which I already discussed, this is based on NMAT or SNAP daily targets. If you could go on to search engine and try Google search of Cracku omit daily targets, you will find a daily target website on which you could, the web page where you could find NMAT or SNAP. You will have a practice sets. I mean, all the three sections, verbal, LR, and as well as Quant. You will have more number of questions. Lots of questions are there in the daily targets. The point is, when you find this Cracku omit daily targets and get subscribed to it, the one very good thing which it makes in your preparation is that having consistency in the practice. Every day morning you get up and you do a daily target of mini sections of Quant, LR, and this. That makes your day started on a good note with a proper practice on all the three sections. That is what you have to do at this before the exam, the rest of the days. So I would strongly encourage people to do this, because this consistency will definitely make you get 10 marks at least more than what you're getting if you do not do this. I'm sure about this, because daily practice makes a lot of difference in the long run. You could search for it, Cracku omit daily targets. You will be able to find daily from Monday to Friday. You will get VRC 5 questions, DILR 5 questions, and Quant 5 questions in it. Total of 15 questions that will be posted on Monday to Friday, and every question has a text solution and as well as a video solution recorded for it. So when you have a video solution recorded, if you have any doubt in solving it, then definitely you can watch the videos so that you will be understanding how to solve that particular question. Now let's do one more question. Solve this question, guys. This is a bit different question, I would say, indeed a bit thoda sa difficult, I can say. If you are able to solve, that's good, else keep trying. For the next 2 minutes, let's say, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'll explain you this question. Till then, try this question. Difference AP series. Yes, you are right. Now let us solve this question. Now it is given that a project is scheduled to be completed in 10 days with the workflow increasing each day. So on day 1 there is a number of workers, day 2, day 3, and so on till 10 days, day 10. So number of workers keeps increasing on a daily basis, starting with 2 people work on day 1, 4 people work on day 2, and 7 people work on day 3, and so on and so on. If each person completes exactly 1 unit of work per day, how many total units of work does the project require? So basically the series is this way: 2, 4, 7 and so on till 10 terms. So for this particular thing, they are asking us to find S10, because each person completes exactly 1 unit. So if 2 people are working on day 1, they are finishing 2 units. If 4 people are working on day 2, they are finishing 4 units, and then 7 units and so on. Then how many total units of work does the project require? The project is for 10 days. So they are indirectly asking us to find summation of all the 10 terms, that is T1 plus T2 plus so on till T10 for this series, that is 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus and so on for 10 terms. Now how to do this? If you could see, this is not a direct AP, this is not an AP, because if you see this 2, 4, 7 and then the next will be 11 and so on, that is, here it is a plus 2, the difference is plus 2, here it is plus 3, here it should be plus 4, and then next it should be plus 5 and so on. So the differences are in AP. It's not the given series is not in AP. This series is not in AP, not in arithmetic progression, but the common difference is in AP. Common, not the common. We should not use the word common because it is not the common. Differences are in AP. Differences are in AP. That is, if you see the subsequent differences, one is plus 2, the other is plus 3, the other is plus 4 and so on. This particular thing follows a AP. 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This will follow an AP. So if this is the case, how to solve this is that, see, if it is an AP, we did figure out that nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d. But if differences are in AP, like the one which we are dealing with, in this case, Tn will be a quadratic, that is an square plus bn plus c. An square plus bn plus c. This is something which you should be knowing to solve this question. Or if someone did not know this, also there is one way to solve this question. That is, if you are able to figure out the pattern, 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 3 7, then 7 plus 4 11 should come and so on. Then you could figure out all the 10 values, that is 2, 4, 7, 11, 15 and then plus 6 21 plus 7 28. So on. If you write these 10 values and sum up those all, you will get your answer. One way of doing it is just writing the 10 values, summing up, just do the summation and you find the value. But you should know how to do this. What is the nth term in this kind of situations? The nth term in this kind of situations would be an square plus bn plus c. That is a quadratic equation in n. It is not a linear equation in n. If it is a direct AP, it is a linear equation in n, which is a plus n minus 1 into common difference. But when the differences are in AP but the terms are not in AP, the nth term would be of the series in the format of quadratic, that is an square plus bn plus c. This a, b, c are constants which we have to find out. Here a is not first term. Here a is not first term. Neither b nor c. A and a, b, c are the constants. Instead of a, b, c, you can call x, y, z also. You can also say this is in the format of xn square plus yn plus z. You have to figure out the values of x, y, z. How to do that? Now let us see here. If it is an square plus bn plus c, the one way of doing it is, we know the first 3 terms, that is 2, 4, 7. T1, T2, T3 is given. T1, T2, T3 is given. So T1 is nothing but a into 1 square plus b into 1 plus c. T1 is given as 2. We also know T2 in this particular format, it should be an square plus b into n, which is again 2 plus c. This T2 is also given to be 4. We also know T3, which is a into 3 square plus 3 into b plus c. It should be equal to 2, 4, 7 is given. So we are given 3 different values of t1, t2, t3, and we know Tn is in the form of quadratic, which is an square plus bn plus c format. In order to find the values of a, b, c, we know three equations, three variables. So this is the three equations, three variables. How to solve this? This is nothing but a plus b plus c is 2 and 4a plus 2b plus c is 4. The other is 9a plus 3b plus c is 7. So if you see this particular thing, this is equation 1, equation 2, and this is equation 3. Just do equation 2 minus equation 1. Equation 2 minus of equation 1. What will I get? When I do equation 2 minus equation 1, I will get 3a plus b is equal to 2, because 4a minus a is 3a, 2b minus b is b, c minus c will cancel away, that is equal to 4 minus 2, which is 2. 3a plus b equal to 2. At the same time, what else I could say is, if 3a plus b is equal to 2, if you could see this particular equation, 9a plus 3b plus c is equal to 7, this can be written as what? 3 times of 3a plus b plus c is equal to 7. Because 9a plus 3b, I'll take 3 common, I'll get 3 into 3a plus b plus c is as it is equal to 7. But I already figured out by subtracting equation 1 from equation 2 that 3a plus b value is 2. So 3 into 2 plus c is equal to 7. This implies c is equal to 1, because 6 plus c is equal to 7, c is equal to 1. Now we know c is equal to 1. If I substitute in the first equation, I will get a plus b is equal to 1, because a plus b plus c is 2. A plus b plus c is 2, where c is 1. So a plus b equal to 1 and 3a plus b equal to 2. Upon solving this, you get a is nothing but 1 by 2, then b is also nothing but 1 by 2. You will be getting, because if you subtract this both, you get 2a is equal to 1, where a equal to 1 by 2, and substituting that a equal to 1 by 2 in any of them, you will get b is also equal to 1 by 2. So c is 1, a is 1 by 2, b is 1 by 2. This is what we figured out for the an square plus bn plus c format. So what is Tn now? You know, a is 1 by 2, b is 1 by 2, c is 1 by 2. So Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. This is equal to n square by 2 plus n by 2, because a and b are 1 by 2 and c is 1. So n square by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1. Now this is Tn. From this you could find T1, you could find T2, you could find T3, you could find T4, T5, so on till T10. You can find them and add it up, you will get the value. Or even directly you could do 2, 4, 7, the next is 11. After that it should be 16. Then after that it should be the next values. You keep on going. But is there a direct way? Just the direct way Sn is nothing but what? Summation Tn, summation Tn. Because what is Sn? Sn is nothing but T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus so on till Tn. That is n equal to 1, say, let's say n, or I is equal to 1, say n, Ti. So the point is, your just Sn means T1 plus T2 plus T3 so on till Tn. So this Sn is nothing but summation this n square by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1. This is what you have to summate, but from n should be from 1 to 10, because the project is of 10 days. This summation part is what you should be doing. Summation n square by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1 from n equal to 1 to 10. N is equal to 1 to 10. In order to do that, I need some more space over here. So I have to figure out that space here. Summation n square by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1. Now, what is summation n square formula? Summation n square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. So this should be n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6 into 2 is already there, plus summation n by 2. What is summation n by 2? Summation n is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. So this should be n into n plus 1 by 2 into 2 is already there, plus 1 plus summation 1. But 1 how many times you are adding? N equal to 1, n equal to 2, n equal to 3, so on till 10. So this summation 1 from n is equal to 1 to 10 is nothing but 1 into 10. So basically here n is equal to 1 to 10. So I'll substitute 10 now in the above. I'll get 10 into 11 into 21 by 12 plus 10 into 11 by 4 plus 10. This will be my answer because 1 is multiplied, sorry, 1 is added 10 times because there are 10 terms. So 1 into 10, which is nothing but 10. So this answer, this particular value will be my answer. 10 into 11 into 21 by 12. Let me use this eraser somewhere to squeeze out some more space. Yes, here I'll use that. This is already explained part, so I'm just erasing this for the space purpose. So I'm getting 10 into 11 into 21 by 12 plus 10 into 11 by 4 plus 10. So we have to solve this. This is nothing but 3 sevens are, 3 fours are, and this can also be written as 2 5s are, 2 2s are. We get 35 into 11 by 2 plus this can also be written as 55 by 2, right? This can also be written as 55 by 2 because this is 10 into 11 and 21 by 2. 3 sevens are, 3 fours are, then 2 5s are, 2 2s are. So 35 into 11 by 2 plus 55 by 2 plus 10. So this should be 35 into 11 is 350 plus 35, which is nothing but 385. 385 plus 55, 385 plus 55, which is nothing but 914. 440 by 2, which is 220 plus 10, which is nothing but 230. It's nothing but 230. So answer has to be option A, 230 units. Answer has to be option A, 230 units. So if someone would have not known this, when differences are in AP instead of the direct terms, then that particular thing will be in a quadratic form, an square plus bn plus c, where ABC has to be figured out on our own by using these equations given different terms. By substituting n equal to 1, 2, 3, given 3 different terms, 3 equations, we will solve for ABC. We get ABC, then we will write Tn as n square by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1. But the Sn is what we are interested in. Sir, I think if we add the 10 directly, 10 numbers directly, it takes less time. Yes, it will take less time because I gave only till 10. What if I ask you to find till 100? It will be a very big number. Na? You can't do that manually, right? If when I talk about the same question, if I say, a project is scheduled to be completed in 100 days, where first day 2 people work, second day 4 people, then third day 7 and so on, then find the total units. In that case, what you will be doing, you only know 247. After that, I am asking you to find till 100, which is a manually hectic task. So you should be knowing that you should be able to write it in this format, an square plus bn plus c, and then figure out ABC values. Then you will get this n square by 2 plus n by 2 plus 1. That is nothing but this particular thing. Here, when I ask for 100, instead of n equal to 10, you will substitute n equal to 100. Then you will get 100 into 101 into 201 by this plus 100 into this. I mean, just substituting n equal to 100, you will get the value directly. So if the larger summation is asked, you can't do it manually. That is what I infer. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? So let me move forward. Solve this particular question. 10 more seconds for this particular question. Okay, let me solve this question now. If f of x is x plus 1 by x and g of x is x by x plus 1, then f of g of x equal to x. How many integral values of x satisfy the equation? So basically, if f of x is x plus 1 by x and g of x is x by x plus 1, now how many integral values of x? How many integral values of x how many integral values of x exist such that it satisfy the equation f of g of x is equal to x? This is what given. Then what is f of g of x? F of g of x is nothing but g of x plus 1 by g of x. Because what is f of x? X plus 1 by x. So what is f of g of x? G of x plus 1 by g of x, which is said to be equal to x. But what is g of x? G of x is given as x by x plus 1. So x by x plus 1 plus 1 by x by x plus 1. This summation is said to be, this particular thing is equal to x. So it implies x plus 1, which is nothing but 2x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 goes away. Then I will be getting here x is equal to x, which is nothing but 2x plus 1 is equal to x square. X square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. X square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0 because x square is equal to 2x plus 1. That is x square minus 2x minus 1 is 0. This can be written as x minus 1 whole square and minus 2 is equal to 0 because x minus 1 whole square is nothing but x square plus 1 minus 2x. So plus 1 will come, minus 1 I'll do, already minus 1 is there. So minus 1 which is minus 2. So I'm getting x minus 1 is equal to, x minus 1 whole square is equal to 2, or x is equal to 1 plus or minus root 2. Because x minus 1 will be plus or minus root 2. Now x equal to 1 plus or minus root 2. So x which satisfies f of x, f of g of x equal to x is 1 plus root 2 and x is 1 minus root 2. These are the two x values which satisfy the given thing f of x equal to this, g of x equal to this, and f of g of x equal to x. Now the question is how many integral values of x? See, we know 1 plus root 2, 1 minus root 2 exists, but neither of them is an integer. How many integral values of x satisfy? 1 plus root 2 is not an integer, 1 minus root 2 is also not an integer. So answer has to be option C, that is 0 number of integral solutions. If the question would have been how many real values of x satisfy the equation, then you should say 2 values, which is 1 plus root 2 and 1 minus root 2. Then answer will be 2. But the question is how many integral values? Neither of them is an integer. So answer has to be 0. Am I clear? I'll move forward. So the last topic for today is logarithm. Basic condition for the logarithm to be defined, log of x, log x to the base a, or log x to the base b, let's say base b. For this to be defined, one thing is that firstly the base has to be greater than 0. Base can't be a negative, base can't be 0, base has to be some positive number, and at the same time base should not be equal to 1, because you can't define log x to the 1, because when you say this is some k value, then x you are saying 1 power k, but x can only take 1 because 1 power any value is 1. 1 power you take minus, plus, minus 0.2, minus 20, minus anything, it would be 1. So x would be only 1, then log x won't be defined for any value. So b should also, the base should not be equal to 1, but it has to be a positive number. So it has to be a positive but not equal to 1. So that I will firstly say x is not this, not this, so base is not equal to 1, and x has to be positive. That is, when I say log of x to the base b, I mean that this particular value which I am raising, or the resultant value, this is positive, because you can't say some negative, logarithm of some negative doesn't exist, because log x to the base b is k, then x is b power k. Then if x is b power k, where we already know base is positive, which is greater than 0. So b is already greater than 0. Raising b to the power k, k might be negative, k might be positive, but still having b positive, b power k will always be positive. B is positive, power k, k can be minus 20, minus 30, any number. Let's say b is some 2. 2 power minus 20 is also a positive number, 2 power minus 30 is also a positive number. So x should definitely be greater than 0. It is only valid to say logarithm exists only if log x to the base b to be valid, x should be greater than 0 and b should also be greater than 0. At the same time, b should not be equal to 1. Both of this, basically both of these are positive. Log x to the base b, x greater than 0, b greater than 0. At the same time, b is not equal to 1. That's it for the definition. I'll get back to it, Krish. Right now, let me focus on logarithm. I'll get back to that thing. So sign change rule, one is that if b is greater than 1, that is if base is greater than 1 and if log of x to the base b is greater than log of y to the base b, this implies x is definitely greater than y. Because having a common base which is greater than 1, if log x to the base b is k1, log y to the base b is k2, then x is b power k1, y is b power k2. When I'm saying k1 and k1 is greater than k2, b being a number which is greater than 1, so definitely k1 should be greater than k2. Definitely the x should be greater than y because k1 is greater than k2. B power k1 should be greater than b power k2. Because b is greater than 1 in this case. If b is greater than 1, log x to the base b should be, if b is greater than 1 and if log x to the base b is greater than log y to the base b, then x is greater than y. Similarly, if base is less than 1, but definitely we already know for logarithm to exist, base should be greater than 0 anyways. So if base is lying from 0 to 1, what does b less than 1 implies? Base is lying from 0 to 1 because logarithm exists only if base is greater than 0. So if b is lying between 0 and 1, log x to the base b is greater than log y to the base b, then here the sign changes, that is x is less than y. Why does there is a sign change? The sign is changed because now you take some base value which is less than 1 but greater than 0, let's say 0.5 or let's say 0.2 or 0.3, the number, some number which is greater than 0 but less than 1, some real number, that is a base. So if I say 0.1 power, let's say one value is 10, the other value is 20, then 0.1 power 20 is definitely less than 0.1 power 10. Though 20 is greater than 10, when I do 0.1 power higher number, that is some number which is lying between 0 to 1, that number higher power if I do, that will keep tending to 0. That means as power number, the power value increases 20, 30, if you keep increasing the power value, the resultant value should decrease because base is lying between 0 and 1. 0.1 power 1 is 0.1, whereas 0.1 square is nothing but, okay, 0.1 square is 0.01. So the point is, as you increase the power, the value should decrease. In that case, if log x to the base b is greater than log y to the base b, then it implies x is less than y. There is a sign change because now the base is lying from 0 to 1. If base is strictly greater than 1, then directly you could say if this is greater than x is greater than y. But if base is lying from 0 to 1, you should change the sign to infer about x and y. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys? Yes. Okay. These are some properties of logarithms where log 1 to the base a is 0 because anything power 0 is 1. So a power 0 is 1. So log 1 to the base a is 0 and log b to the base a can be written as log b by log a. You can take any common base c. C can be any number. It can be 10, it can be 20, it can be 30, any number. You can take 5, you can take 5.5, anything, some common base. You can write log b to the base a as log b to the base c divided by log a to the base c. Now log xy is nothing but log x plus log y, and the other thing is log b to the base a into log a to the base b is 1, because if log b to the base a is k, then it is nothing but k into log of a to the base b. B is nothing but what? A power k, because if log b to the base a is k, b is nothing but a power k. But how can this be written as k into, if power is in the base, then you will get it 1 by k on this side, log a to the base a. K into 1 by k is 1, log a to the base a is 1, so this also exists. And similarly b power 1 by n, you get 1 by n to the left hand side, then you will be getting, let's say, log b square to the base a. You will say this is 2 times log of b to the a. Or if I say log root b to the base a, you say root is nothing but 1 by 2, so you will say 1 by 2 times of log b to the base a. If root n, then it is 1 by n times of log of b to the base a. And this is another property. This is the property which I already discussed. And this was also a property where b power log of x to the base b is x, because if log x to the base b is k, if log x to the base b is k, then b power k is what? B power k is nothing but x again. That is b power base power logarithm of some value to the same base. That is b power log x to the base b is always x. Similarly, this can also be proven, which is x power log of y to the base b is equal to y power log of x to the base b. X power log of y to the base b, you can interchange y and x, you get y power log of x to the base b, both are equal. These are few properties. Hope I am clear. If there is any issue in this property, please let me know now. I will discuss right away. If you want a proof of any property or something over here, else we will discuss 1 or 2 questions and wrap up the session. All right, let me post a question now. This is fairly simple question. Solve this fast, guys. Because of the technical glitch in the start of the session for the first 10 minutes, let's say, we lost some time, else the session should have been finished sharply by 5. You should definitely watch this Sam Agarwal then, because today we covered some good concepts: quadratic, linear, logarithm, progressions, APGP. These all are the major part of algebra. Then definitely you have to go through this session once totally. So you should be feeling comfortable in algebra. Additional practice is required definitely, but this is like a base, you could say, which we discuss pretty good number of questions. Should definitely watch this. Yeah, you will feel confident. Now let me solve this question. What is the value of 1 by a power y minus x plus 1 by a power z minus x, and this 3 terms? This is very simple. What is a power y minus x? A power y by a power x, plus what is a power z minus x? A power z by a power x. So this is nothing but a power x by a power x plus a power y plus a power z, because having denominator common, this can be written as a power y plus a power z by a power x. A power x 1 plus is there, so that is nothing but a power x plus a power y plus a power z divided by a power x. So a power x can be taken on to the numerator, you get this. Similarly, the second term, if you see, the second term can be written as a power x by a power y plus a power z by a power y. Again, this is nothing but a power y will come up plus a power y plus a power x plus a power z. Similarly, the third term, which is 1 by 1 plus a power x by a power z, because x minus z is there here, and y minus z. So a power y by a power z. This can be written as a power z by a power z plus a power x plus a power y. So basically all three, one is a power x by a power x plus a power y plus a power z. The second one is a power y by a power x plus a power y plus a plus z. The denominators are common and numerator is a power x, a power y, a power z. This is nothing but a power x plus a power y plus a power z divided by the same denominator a power x plus a power y plus a power z. So this is nothing but 1. Option C. The answer will be option C, 1. Hope I am clear in this question. It is fairly simple. There is no logarithm over this. It is just, let's say, logarithm surds and indices. So this kind of questions, you can also expect these kind of questions in the exam. So that is the reason I took up this question, where you won't use logarithm but simply use the powers. A power y by a power x, a power z by a power x. You will get this 3. You will just sum it up. You will get answer as 1. Great. Let me pose now one question. Solve this logarithm based question. You are right, Krish. Yes, Sam, you could search for Cracku NMAT mock test or Cracku SNAP mock test or Cracku NMAT crash course if you are weak at some topics. So you could get registered on that and make best use of the rest of the days till exam to ace the exam. And there is an option of free mock test as well. I would encourage you to do that. Devansh, answer is right. Vibhuti went somewhere wrong. It's fine. Alright, as the timer is up, let me solve this for you guys. So a power 3 equal to b power 4 equal to c power 5 equal to d power 6. What is the value of log of ABC divided by log d? So let this a power 3, which is equal to b power 4, which is also equal to c power 5, which is also equal to d power 6, be some value k, Then one thing is a cube is equal to k, because these all are equal. A cube is equal to k. So what is a? A is nothing but k power 1 by 3. Similarly, b power 4 is k, na? B power 4 is also k. So what is b? K power 1 by 4. Similarly, c power 5 is k. So c is nothing but k power 1 by 5. And d power 6 is also k, which is nothing but d is equal to k power 1 by 6. So a is k power 1 by 3, b is k power 1 by 4, c is k power 1 by 5, d is k power 1 by 6. Now we have to find the value of log of ABC. What is ABC? K power 1 by 3 into k power, what is b? K power 1 by 4. And what is c? K power 1 by 5. This divided by log d. What is d? D is nothing but k power 1 by 6. This can be written as nothing but log of, what is k power 1 by 3 into k power 1 by 4 into k power 1 by 5? 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 divided by k power 1 by log of k power 1 by 6. This can also be written as what? 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 into log k divided by 1 by 6 can also be shifted here by log k. Log k goes away. You get 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5 by 1 by 6. What is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4? 7 by 12 plus 1 by 5 divided by 1 by 6, which is nothing but 7 5s are 35 plus 12 is nothing but 47 divided by 12 into 5 60 into 1 by 6. So this is 10. 47 by 10 which is nothing but 4.7. 47 by 10 which is nothing but 4.7. So answer has to be option C, 4.7. Hope I am clear, guys. Hope I am clear in this. You could see where you went wrong, Vibhuti, and if someone else got wrong, then definitely you should be checking where you went wrong, okay? Yes, sir. Cool. Solve this, guys. This is a good question. If you're able to figure out fastly, then good. Are you people being able to solve this particular question? This is a good question indeed. Okay, Krish and Devan said option C. Okay, now let me solve and figure out what is the answer. If log 3 to the base 2 is given as A and log 7 to the base 2 is given as B, then asked to find log of 147 to the base 42. What can this can be written? As I already told, this can be written as log 147 to the base 2 divided by log 42 to the base 2. This is the property which we already discussed. You can take some common base and express it in the form of division. Log 147 to the base 42 is 147 to the base 2 divided by 42 to the base 2. Or instead of 2, you could take even 3 on both the sides, on numerator or base 3 or base 5, any common base. But why did I take 2? Because we are given in the question A and B which are in the terms of base 2. So having said that, what is 147? 147 can be written as 7 into 21 to the base 2 divided by log of 7 into 6 to the base 2. But what is again 7 into 21 can be written as 3 into 7 again divided by base 2 divided by log of 7 into 6 can be written as 3 into 2 to the base 2. So this is nothing but, and this can also be written as summation log 7 to the base 2 log 3 to the base 2 plus log again 7 to the base 2 divided by log 7 to the base 2 plus log 3 to the base 2 plus log 2 to the base 2. 2 to the base 2. Okay, one sec. Log 2 to the base 2. What is log 7 to the base 2? Given as b. 3 to the base 2 is given as a. So if that is the case, this is b plus a plus b divided by b plus a plus log 2 to the base 2 is nothing but 1. So a plus 2b divided by 1 plus a plus b. A plus 2b divided by 1 plus a plus b. That is option C. So it is a plus 2b by 1 plus a plus b. Hope this is clear. I'll pose the last question for today. Try to solve this, guys. Did anyone able to find the answer for this question? Anyways, 30 more seconds left for this particular question. After that, I'll be solving this. This is the last question for today. So now let me solve this question for you people. Devansha, answer is option D, right? Option C wrong, option D is right. So in this particular question, it is given that what is the least value of the expression 2 times of log t to the base 10 minus log of 0.01 to the base t, where t is greater than 1 is being told. Okay, now t is greater than 1. What is this t is greater than 1 implies? Log 10 to the base t is greater than 0. Because if this happens, then only I could say t, which has to be greater than 10 power 0, which should be greater than 1. If this particular value is less than 0, then it implies that t value is less than 1, because 10 power some value which is negative, that is 10 power minus 0.1 or whatever, 10 power minus 0.5 or whatever, that would be 1 by root 10, which should be again 1.3 point something, which will definitely be less than 1. That means that should, for t to be greater than 1, it's not positive, it's not just positive, t greater than 1. It is given t greater than 1. For t to be greater than 1, log t to the base 10 should be greater than 0, because t would be 10 power 0, t would be greater than 10 power 0, then t is greater than 1. If it is less than 0, then t will definitely be less than 1. But in question it is given t is greater than 1, so this value is greater than 0. What is the given expression? 2 log t to the base 10 minus of log of what is 0.01, 10 power minus 2 to the base t, 10 power minus 2, because 10 power minus 2 is 0.01. This can be written as 2 log t to the base 10 minus 2 can be shifted towards forward way. So minus of minus 2, which is plus 2 log of 10 to the base t, log of 10 to the base t. This can be written as 2 times of log of t to the base 10 plus 1 by, what is log of 10 to the base t? This can be written as 1 by log of t to the base 10. That is log of a to the base b is nothing but 1 by log of b to the base a. Just reciprocal, a to the base b, that is equal to 1 by b to the base a. So, and we also know this log t to the base 10 is greater than 0 because t is greater than 1. So if I assume this log t to the base 10 is some k, then I am sure that k is a positive number. So this can be written as 2 times of k plus 1 by k, where k is a positive number which is greater than 0, because log t to the base 10 is greater than 0, then only t is greater than 1. Now to find minimum value of this, because asked to find the least value, to find minimum value we should be able to find the minimum value of k plus 1 by k. So in order to find the minimum value of k plus 1 by k, what can I do? One way is that k plus 1 by k by 2 is greater than or equal to root of k into 1 by k. What is this particular thing? This is nothing but am is greater than or equal to gm, arithmetic mean and geometric mean. I don't know if you people are aware of this. I did not cover this on the progressions part, but if someone is aware of this, x plus y by 2 is greater than or equal to xy. What is arithmetic mean of two numbers? Arithmetic mean of two numbers x comma y? It is x plus y by 2. Similarly, what is geometric mean of two numbers x comma y? Geometric mean of two numbers x comma y is nothing but root over xy. So there is a property which says arithmetic mean is greater than or equal to geometric mean. Here the condition is both x and y are positive numbers, positive real numbers. Need not be only integers, it could be any real number. AM is greater than gm, AM is greater than or equal to gm is valid for all the positive real numbers x and y, where arithmetic mean is x plus y by 2, geometric mean is root over xy. So having said that, if x is k and y is 1 by k, because both are positive, k is greater than 0, then 1 by k is also greater than 0. I can apply am greater than equal to gm. I will get k plus 1 by k, x plus y divided by 2 greater than or equal to root over x into y. So this particular value k plus 1 by k by 2 is greater than or equal to k into 1 by k is root 1, which is 1. So k plus 1 by k is always greater than or equal to 2. So this particular expression is always greater than or equal to 2 into 2, which is nothing but 4. Because k plus 1 by k by 2 is greater than or equal to 1, k plus 1 by k is nothing but greater than or equal to 2. But the expression which they gave is 2 into k plus 1 by k. So if k plus 1 by k is greater than or equal to 2, 2 times of k into 1 plus 1 by k is greater than or equal to 4. That's it. So the least value is 4. But options are 10, 1, 2, none of this. The answer is 4. So answer has to be option D, none of these. If someone did a mistake, even after knowing AMGM, you applied everything and still marked option 2, that is a silly mistake, because after you know this is the way you have to write, you know these are the positive number because t is said to be greater than 1, then you apply it, you do AM greater than equal to GM, you get k plus 1 by k is greater than equal to 2, but you forgot to do this into 2 which is in the expression, then you will say the minimum is 2 and you might get tempted to mark option C2, but that is wrong. Be careful, 2 into 2, because 2 is already there. So answer has to be 4, none of these. Is this clear? I hope this is clear for today. I would strongly encourage you people to search for Cracku NMAT test series or Cracku SNAP test series. People who are lagging behind the concepts, conceptual clarity and everything, there is a crash course to make you perform well in the SNAP and NMAT this year. Cracku SNAP crash course you could search, or Cracku NMAT crash course. And you could also definitely, if you are in, if you wanted to practice consistently to ace the exam, then daily targets is one other way, which is OMET daily targets. You can search for Cracku OMET daily targets. You should be able to navigate to the web page. I would strongly suggest you to do this, and do make use of the free mock which is available for NMAT and SNAP, both the free mocks, and all the mocks of our Cracku are having a video solutions for every single question indeed. So make best use of it. All the very best. Keep practicing. Sir, when is the next class? That would be on the next Sunday. Sir, one more doubt please. Sir, can we say that if the discriminant is not an integral value, then the value of x is also not an integral? Okay, that question, right? I guess it's in the quadratics which you are referring to. I guess this question, right? If I'm not wrong. So you can say this: if the discriminant is not an integral value, if the discriminant is not an integral value, okay, discriminant is not an integral value, fine. Discriminant is not an integral value, okay. Then x is also not an integer value. Okay, see, if discriminant is not an integer, let's say root of something, minus b plus root of some number, discriminant divided by 2 times of a. This is what you are saying. But here you have to understand one thing: if b is 0 and a is root delta, then still it can be an integer. That is, if there is a case where x square, ax square, b is 0 but there is c. In this case, if b is 0, you will get plus or minus root over delta divided by 2a. In this case, still there is a chance that you could get an integer. So be careful when you do that like blind application of saying that delta is having a, discriminant should be an integer. Root over discriminant is not an integer. I mean to say, Krish Tunes, sir, can we say that if discriminant is not an, discriminant will be an integer, because what is a discriminant? It's just b square minus 4ac. This will be an integer, but when you do the root, it will be root over b square minus 4ac, root over discriminant. Hope I'm clear. Did you find the difference now, Krish? Root over b square minus, it's not b square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac may be an integer, may not be an integer. Root over is what we are doing. Yes, sir, after root. Yes, after root, that is the case I'm dealing with. If b is 0, then still there is a chance that you could end up getting the root as a integer, where root delta, that is root over discriminant, root over b square minus 4ac by 2a might be an integer, depends on the value of a. But if b is not 0, then there's a very less chance, or it's a no chance, I would say indeed a no chance, where you could say that it's an integer. It won't be. If root over that is not an integer and b is not equal to 0, then definitely roots are not integer. But if root over that is not an integer, but still if b is 0, then there is a chance. Is this clear? Alright. Please like the stream and share the stream with your co-aspirants, your friends who are preparing for this NMAT and SNAP. Hope you all do well in this exam and get your dream B school admit from this NMAT and SNAP, and all the very best, guys. Please like the stream and share. Please do subscribe and set a reminder, the YouTube reminder, right? It will remind you of the further sessions of NMAT. Usually we are planning it on the weekends, so you will have the next session on either Saturday or Sunday, one among these 2 days. So please do subscribe and make that reminder so that you will be updated with the 3-hour session which is going to happen on the next. Sir, I really enjoyed the session. Great. Thanks to know. All the very best, Krish, and everyone else. Do well. Take care. Thank you for tuning in. See you all in the next session. Please conduct one for geometry as well. It will be there, Krish. The geometry will be there. Arithmetic is done last time. Algebra, arithmetic part 2 should be done. Logical reasoning. We'll try our best to finish as much as possible. Having a free session, we're trying our best to push our boundaries a lot on weekends for 3 hours. But trust me, we will be motivated enough to finish the syllabus or to put in more effort only if we can get some likes, right? Because without likes the reach will be less. If the reach is less, number of people it is being attuned to is very low. If it is very low, then the motivation which I should feel, or the teacher who is teaching here, the faculty should also feel motivated to take a 3-hour long session, right? Which includes concepts and questions. So definitely please do share, and we are in a process of doing an every weekend stream for sure. Thank you guys. Thanks for tuning.